2025. 2 Jewish men were killed and 3 other men were seriously injured in a terror attack outside a synagogue in the northern English city of Manchester on Thursday. The vehicle and stabbing attack ended within minutes when police killed the attacker, Jihad al-Shami. This attack comes as Jewish people around the world mark the holiday of Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish religious calendar. But the day after Yom Kippur, all atonements are half off. L'chaim! Robert Morris, the Texas megachurch pastor who built Gateway Church into one of the largest congregations in the country, pleaded guilty Thursday in Osage County District Court to charges that he sexually abused a girl in the 1980s. Morris, 64, was given a 10-year sentence, but he will serve only 6 months in the county jail. As part of this Epstein-type sweetheart deal, Morris must also register as a sex offender, pay $250,000 in restitution, and he must make his suicide look better than Epstein's. The White House has laid out a proposal to 9 top U.S. colleges and universities offering preferential access to federal funds in exchange for agreeing to a set of demands. Trump's first demand is that they adopt the curriculum used at Trump University. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for October 3rd, 2025. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on MindDog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guests and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Got some coffee and good night. Good coffee. What's going on over there?
Damn good coffee and hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Oh, I'm tired. Whoa.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Yeah.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
It's fucking hot. Nothing will ever happen. Good morning, folks. Is that going to turn off by itself? Yes, it is. Look at that. You never know. Good morning. It's Friday. Can't believe it's Friday. I'm always surprised to be alive on Friday. Like, wow, I made it. It's Friday, October 3rd, 1959. No, 1952. Friday, October 3rd, 1952. Well, that's the day my ex-brother was born. So it's actually 2025. But when I say October 3rd, 1952, or I don't know why I said 1959. That's the year I was born. You don't care. Why am I telling you that? Anyway, he's not my brother anymore. He's done. I'm done with him. Care. It's cold. It's so cold here. I woke up, I'm thinking I want to move to North Warmistan and become a warmatologist. and I mean that with the warmest possible regard. It's cold here. That's why I'm wearing my EPM hoodie. And I'm not even a part of an EPM anymore. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Anyway, Chef Franco Alagna supposed to be with us today. He was supposed to be with us about, I don't know, 17 shows ago or something, I think. And I just pulled that number out of my ass. But for some reason, StreamYard, he got here early. He was here like before we went live. And then StreamYard, we never went live. StreamYard wouldn't let us go live. We thought we were live. It said live up there in the corner, but on every network. And it looks like we're not there now. Am I there now? No. Are we live now? Is it doing it again? Is it this Franco Alagna thing that is jinxing me? I don't know. Am I live now? I'm live, right? Sunshine, you can see me. Well, last time he was here, we weren't live. Yes, we're live. Well, I was panicking there. I just needed a refresher browser. I did a update, and it was screwing me up. But I think we are live now. Yes, of course we're live. Sunshine said aloha. So that's how you know we're live. Anyway, last time we weren't able to go live, so he rescheduled. He's here today. Oh, he's not here. He's going to be here. Supposed to be here. Like in a few minutes, I think. Chef Alagna was in the Twin Towers, the South Tower, I think, when the planes hit 2001, I'm sorry, 9/11, 2001. That's a rough morning. It's Friday. Did I say it's Friday? And I still got more muffins, more cookies. Big mistake. I don't know. Something with the cookies different than the muffins. I think the cookies are indica. I'm thinking that. That's what I'm thinking. Yep. Whatever. It was not a good experience. Yes, I had a cookie and life turned dark and foreboding. It's scary, a little bit scary. If I have to admit it, I was a little scared. I did yell "mommy" a couple of times, "mommy," and nobody knew what the hell I was yelling "mommy" for. So it's really pointless. One last thing before I hit a commercial, and then we'll say hello to a couple of people. So I don't blame this on GD, of course, because I can't take responsibility for on my own. I heard from Naked Wines just this morning that people at Naked Wines are not happy with the commercial that we aired yesterday. And pulling the plug as unsponsored. Don't buy Naked Wines. If you bought it yesterday, unbuy it. Go cancel your subscription. I apologize for that because it wasn't all that bad. It was women in a bathtub drinking. There was no graphic sexual stuff. It was just it was the Willie commercial minus Willie. I cut Willie out and then put in a female VO. Apparently that made them angry at me. Like, how dare you suggest that Naked Wines is for naked people? I didn't think that was inappropriate. You name your company Naked. What do you think people are going to think? The first thing you think of when you think of Naked Wines is naked and wine. I'm trying to help you sell some wine, but fuck you. That's what I say now. Fuck you. Buy weed instead, or buy a pipe to smoke your weed in. How about that?
With humble East Coast beginnings in 2015, Daily High Club is the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and consumption accessories. If you're looking to elevate your smoking game to the next level, you're in the right place. With over 1 million top-quality smoking products sold, and with a growing base of over 10,000 monthly subscribers worldwide, we deliver the ultimate smoking experience. But Daily High Club is not just a retailer, we're lovers of the smoking scene ourselves, working with giants like Tommy Chong, Snoop Dogg, Chanel West Coast, and more. Ready to join the Daily High Club? Let our experts curate your collection with our awesome El Primo monthly subscription box, or grab one of our fun and unique pieces from our smoke shop. Click the link in the description below this video to get this party started now.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now are the once in a while kind of guy, Ron King. Good morning, Ron. And
Morning.
man responsible for me putting up a dirty, disgusting wine commercial. The fabulous and sexy DD Fenderson. Good morning, DD.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. Learn the best way to serve celebrities with the new Coffee with the Dog cookbook. Celebrities, they're just like chicken. Support your local mercenaries and enjoy the suffering. MindDogTV.com.
I don't know what happened to his mic today, but that was there was nothing like wrong with that mic. It just seemed a little bit muted compared to what it. Good morning, America. It was Good Morning America, which is normal, but that's some normal is surprising for me. Anyway, speaking of mic things, I think you need to have a conversation with the Rev. It sounds like the Rev takes a lavalier mic and he's like in the corner because he doesn't want to get anybody up.
I thought you were just helping out stroke victims by giving them a job.
I am one of those stroke victims. Anyway, so I'm assuming the Rev is in the corner trying not to wake people up. That's my assumption there. Anyway, yeah, he needs a little mic coaching or something. The pippity poppity poopity pop.
I'm in my hotel room in Saudi Arabia. I'm performing tonight at the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
Fuck Dave Chappelle, by the way. It's easier to talk here than it is to talk in America. But I had to sign a contract saying I would not say things. What happened to him? What happened to Dave Chappelle? Because he can tell trans jokes over there, and nobody will say, "Hey, that's inappropriate." But over here, he can tell if he does it, he's going to get some shit from trans people. All right, that's a big. I don't know. Fuck Dave Chappelle, and Kevin Hart too. And Kevin Hart wasn't even there. But GD wants me to say it. GD sent me a thing. If I don't say fuck Kevin Hart once a week, he's going to quit.
Well, Kevin Hart was there.
He was there?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was part of that. I didn't know he was part of that.
Oh yeah. It's all a lot of the big name comics are there.
I know Louis C.K. I'm a little disappointed in him because I think if he didn't take his dick out and jerk off in front of all the Saudis, that's a little disappointing. Pete Davidson, very disappointing, even though I don't like him. I mean, I'm not a fan. Imagine, now, Ron, you know your father was murdered. Imagine somebody saying, "I'll give you $1 million to perform comedy for his father, for the guy who killed your father." Would you do it?
Probably not. I'm going to take a big step.
Unless it's in prison, right? Yeah, behind jail, like you motherfucker, you're in jail or whatever. But
the other one that sort of surprised me too was Mo Amer performed there. And if you don't know who Mo is Palestinian, and he's a funny. But it's really weird that he is there as well.
Wow. A couple of people who are big names that I don't know of. Joe Coy. Like, I know of Joe Coy because there was some shit that he was, I guess, cancel culture or something, but I don't really know him. I've never seen a second of his comedy. So, but all those people who went over there, I mean, first of all, I can't imagine people that are not used to, or maybe they are familiar with their work, but they don't speak English like English isn't the main language in Saudi Arabia, is it? GD knows this because he goes there a lot. Is it?
They speak better English than we speak Arabic.
Well, everybody speaks better English than I speak Arabic, right? I don't speak any Arabic.
Yeah, and the Bill Burr response was horrible too. He was like, "Oh, they've got a Cheesecake Factory here."
Like, Bill Burr is surprised they did not have machetes out to chop his head off. That's what he's giving them credit for. If you want to make that your measuring stick, you can go to a Klan meeting. They won't have machetes out to chop your head off either when you get there.
Ron, if you could do me a favor, just send me a list of all the comedians that went over there to perform, because not one of them will ever open for me. I promise you that.
Oh, yeah, I think you'll live up to that promise. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Um,
that list is long, and it's a lot of the top comics in the
I don't
industry
know.
today.
I did not know
Well,
that.
I'm just going to have to bite the bullet. Not one of them will ever open for me. I'm making a promise to that right now.
Bullet biters. Bullet biters. Let me see. Maybe the chef changed it to the second hour because of what happened last time. I just don't know. We talked yesterday about the chef being in the towers when the plane
Tower
hit.
7.
Well,
Yeah,
you say
well, my
tower.
theory is that he was in building 7
Yeah,
cooking. And
second
that's
hour
what,
is supposed to be
and when he heard the towers 1 and 2 went down, he immediately evacuated 7, but forgot to turn the stove off when
right.
he was cooking. And that's what took down building 7.
Well, I
And they,
thought maybe the planes never blew up. There was never any fire. It's because he was cooking with gas, and
are you
maybe
sure he's not in Saudi Arabia right now, and he's just trying to get set up because there is a time difference?
I don't know. Have you seen the thumbnail that was for today? That the little promo graphic. He looks a little like George Costanza. So I'm like,
Yeah.
at least I'm like, is Jason Alexander going to be on the show? Is this just a bit? Is it a gag?
Yeah,
What's
he's not
going on?
really a chef. He wants to be a chef, like he wanted to be an architect. Now he's in this. Now he's in this chef phase.
You know what? Let's talk about because it was our urban planner. After architect, the kid wanted to be an urban planner, right? The kid that George Costanza was mentoring, the kid from the Millard Fillmore group or something like that, whatever he was mentoring. Theo Vaughn. I'm surprised as hell. Theo Vaughn is thing. He's all comes out as like Trump used him, blah blah blah, and then he's talking about his family was immigrants and blah 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 blah. Turns out Theo Vaughn, who I think is a very stupid person, went to 5 different universities and has a degree in urban planning. That's a Costanza thing right there. But urban planning, you're going to be a comedian, but my fallback position is urban planning. What the fuck is that? Turns out, do you know what Theo Vaughn's real name is?
It's like Theodore something.
Theodore Vaughn, come in my face, or something like that. Come in my face, geek. Come in my
Yeah,
face.
but that's not his maiden name. What's his real name?
I don't
Come
know.
dumpster.
But I'm just shocked that he's got a degree, and he went to several universities, but then got a degree from the University of Louisiana or New Orleans, Louisiana. I didn't even know there was a University of New Orleans. I never even heard of that. Anyway, I'm surprised he can read and write. If you ever listen to the guy talk, I'm no geologist.
Well, he's probably telling the truth.
When he says I'm no
Yeah.
geologist, but
Right.
he was talking about geography when he said I'm no geologist.
Okay.
So, I'm no geologist. Well, geology. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to be talking about rocks when we're talking about places on the globe.
I am no cartographer, but
Oh,
I know.
look at
But I know
you!
my stones.
Right.
Oh, hey Matt, I heard you talking about like the automat like the other day or
Automat.
whatever. And I think I brought this up before on the show. If you've never seen the documentary about it, it's fascinating. It's narrated by Mel Brooks, and I think he produced it. But it's pretty fascinating. I was very surprised by it.
I would remember if you told me that was narrated by Mel Brooks. I probably would have went there. I'm going to go there today and after the show today.
Yeah,
and watch
yeah,
it
check it
back.
out because especially since you know of it, and like I said, I really didn't know anything about it, but the documentary was fascinating. How they built that up over time, and you actually find out about the company, and like the company was, believe it or not, very good to their employees. It's wild.
Yeah.
What's it called? Automat? Is that the name of the?
Yeah, I believe it's just called the Automat. I'll look it up quick.
Wow. The only movie I've ever seen, the only one that sticks to memory is The Apartment. Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine. That's part of it because they worked in one of these New York high-rise office buildings. I think it was an insurance company. In the day, in the late 50s and the 60s, every building that employed lots of people had those. My mom's office building had one. I used to, but it wasn't like vending machines. You could actually see the people behind there feeding it. Like with the minute somebody took the pie out of one, it got replaced by an old lady with a hairnet.
Right. I think the hospital, I'm not certain because I remember being in a hospital that had one of those. And I don't know if it was the one where my mother worked, Sinai Hospital, if it was much later.
Wow.
A lot of my hospital experiences are kind of cloudy.
Because of that thing that happened.
Yeah.
The documentary is called The Automat. That's all it's called.
Does it say what platforms it's on, like Netflix, or?
It says it is streaming on Max.
All right, I got that.
And Disney and Hulu.
Wow, got that too.
For now, until the people who are taking that over just make it 24/7 North Korea type propaganda all day, all night.
Well, no, you're supposed to cancel your Netflix subscription.
I know. Well, this is the thing. This is proof positive that people can't think for themselves. The minute Elon Musk tells people to go cancel a Netflix subscription because he doesn't like the fact that there's a child show that has a non-binary character on there, people went in droves to cancel their subscriptions without even thinking about it, without even checking it out to see if it offended them in any way. To see
those are people who couldn't afford it and were going to cancel it anyway. They just didn't have an excuse because all their friends had it. But now they can say, no, oh, by the way, can I borrow your password? Cancel my subscription, but can I borrow your password?
I wonder how many people are using my password. There have been people, I think I've mentioned this. My wife used to have a habit. She was addicted to taking homeless people in and giving them a room here. And I would share, of course. Oh, sure, you could use my login. Now, or every time that we had to throw them out. So I'm assuming I got to see. Can I check what my Netflix history is and see what they're watching?
Sure, you can check. You can check the history.
I never even.
You can also probably check. You can probably check how many devices are authorized for it, because I believe there's a limit to how many devices there are.
Yeah. But
I mean, I know that with my wife and I, the Netflix account is her Netflix account.
What's the login?
And I am a family member, and we have to constantly update that. It seems like at least once a year, maybe twice a year. I'm not trying to be exaggerating, and I'm just trying to be accurate, but it seems like at least twice a year I have to go back in and say, yes, we are still married. I am family. Wow. Please let me use my Netflix.
What's the login?
It's Ron Kane, Fiend to All, 69.
Right.
No, I had Face Sitter 25.
But that's weird because what if I have a house that has 100 televisions in it? I can only watch it on. You're saying I can't watch it on all 100 televisions?
I don't know the answer to that because no one has ever come up with that dumbass scenario.
The CEO of Netflix. Well, how could you not have the answer to that?
I have a TV on every wall in my house.
Yeah, I am fucking losing it, man. I am losing.
I used to work for a company that ran with DirecTV, and
me. No,
and this was a huge house, and even they, I think, only had 24 televisions, and that's including the one at the pool. They had a television by an outdoor pool. Who the fuck puts a television by an outdoor pool?
Everybody.
No, that's stupid. The whole point of having an outdoor
Island
pool
is nothing but large screen TVs next to outdoor pools.
Yeah.
Well, this was just a regular 42-inch television.
Wow, that's weird. Because
thank you. That's what I just said.
But the big screen televisions by the pool.
Yeah, I was at a house where they had an indoor pool, and they had like a 7-foot projection screen that just drops down, and it's over the pool, but in the middle of the pool.
Yeah.
like dead center. Like I don't even know how and there's no scaffolding to get to it if it ever breaks. And you know it's going to break. Everything breaks. You know?
Wow, that's I never that's a possibility that the television falls in the pool. But you know what? Televisions are so cheap now. I remember when televisions were like an expensive buy. You could go out and buy like 5 televisions today. Just
Yeah, but you
you
know what's not cheap? Lawsuits. Lawsuits are not cheap.
yeah,
Okay.
you get like a 55-inch TV for like 120 bucks
yeah,
now.
right.
It's
My house. I was just trying to count in my head. I think I have 7 TVs and no television service. Uh, it's it's been a long
we
time since.
yeah, we got 2. Like,
Yeah. But you have television service. I have no and I haven't since 2008. I have no like cable TV service and nothing.
oh no, I don't have any cable or anything like that.
Oh, so what do you just watch smart TV to like streaming stuff?
Yeah, I just watch streaming stuff, and then then I have my other ways. But
Yeah.
I have now we do have my mother's old flat screen television in the closet. It's still good. I think what I may wind up doing is using it for a monitor in here because I
Yeah,
think I just
I
figured
got
out.
one right here for a monitor.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I actually have the room for it. I think I know how to put it in here and have the room. I was trying not to block my window, but ever since I don't open my blinds anyway because it makes me turn red. If I open my blinds, I'll turn red right now.
Oh yeah.
That's why you haven't seen red. That's why you haven't seen red GD for a while. I keep the blinds closed. Natural sunlight turns my face red.
All right. I'm froze.
Oh, I was pausing because I just knew that Ron was going to say, "Welcome to Boomer Corner."
That's damn good coffee and hot. Is it cold? Is it cold where you guys look? Because it's fucking cold here. It's like, and just Saturday, Sunday, I
we're
was at a
chilly.
paint party,
Yeah.
and they still had a pool open, outdoor pool. Everybody's in the pool, big TV on, fat guys.
Are you wearing a beanie now to keep your head warm?
I will be.
Yeah.
I will be. Yeah.
I did yesterday. Yesterday morning, I had to wear a beanie to keep that keep that warm.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we're headed for a cold winter, a cold
Yeah,
fall.
I honestly think we're gonna have a very bad winter because the summer here was just very rainy, and typically when it's rainy like that, our winters are horrible. That's when we start getting like blizzards, really bad blizzards.
Yeah. What do you think about Naked Wines getting upset of not even naked?
Here's my question. They weren't upset with the Willie thing, but
They
they were
never.
upset with
I
the
don't think they ever saw the Willie thing for some reason. Because I put that one on YouTube, and that's where they found it. I put it in a bucket on YouTube, and they got upset by that. So I don't think they ever saw the Willie one. But
well, I agree with you. Why would they call a company Naked Wine? If that, I mean, it's not Naked Wine per se. If you look at their business model, as I understand it, it's more like a wine co-op.
It's exactly it's a wine club. There's lots of wine clubs.
Yeah.
You
So
name
why
it
not?
Naked.
Right. So why call it Naked Wines if it's a wine club? That doesn't. No, it doesn't even make sense.
And to be fair, I used their language off of their website in it, and although the voiceover is completely all their verbiage, and there's no like. There was one scene that was a little questionable with the 2 guys with the 1 woman on the couch, and they kind of just like it looked like they were about to have a threesome, but they didn't have a threesome. They were just kind of,
Even if they did, if that's what she wanted, that's what she wanted.
And that's why people are drinking wine in the first place. You're drinking wine to have a threesome, aren't you? I mean,
yeah, I mean, you got to drink something to loosen up a little bit because someone's probably going to be a little nervous.
Right.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought olive oil was for.
And the thing I wrote to them, I said, I've been writing to you for 3 fucking years now to try and get appropriate video content, a commercial. And now you go find one and you say it's not appropriate. And I'm trying to help you sell wine here. What do you fucking want to do here? Do you want to sell wine or not?
Now, did you actually say what the fuck you want to do? Do you want to sell wine or not? Or did you have a more different?
I think I did. I should look at the email. But yes, I was me. I was very me in the email. But come on.
Next time you want to be you and you're trying to talk to a client, don't be you. Be Ron.
Yeah, be somebody else.
I should say, well, everybody's gay anyway. So what does that have to do with wine?
The shape of your bottle could be more conducive to butt plugging if you just.
Yeah. But not even, they didn't say, please don't use that commercial anymore. Take it down. They said, take all your links off your websites. You're no longer. We're not sponsoring you anymore. So fuck them. Like, if you signed up for them because of us, cancel your subscription.
Is it possible that since they are a wine club, that it was not Naked Wines per se that complained, but maybe one of the wineries?
Yeah, but no one. But you're just saying it's implying, and no one was nude or anything like that, right?
Yeah, no, nothing.
No, there was a cum stain on the sofa, though.
Yeah. Well, that could be a previous one.
I don't know how you could see that. You especially with your old man eyes. But yeah, that was for me. I when I was making the commercial, I got a little excited there for a second. But did I take it out of the bucket here? I gotta take it out. Yeah, I did. I removed it from here.
Did you see how? Well, actually, I was looking at some by accident. I wasn't even looking. I just happened to see that some of the numbers with Kylie on it were pretty impressive.
On what?
On the show.
Oh.
On the reviews.
On demand view. We get a lot more after this. If they can't wait till we're done. Are they done yet? Okay, we can go watch.
Oh, I think this way they can like zoom through the commercials.
Either that or can you zoom through the commercials when it's live? No, you probably can't.
Joking. Yeah.
But the truth is that probably I'm not getting up that early. A lot of I know a lot of people are Mountain Time and Pacific Time. So, but yeah, so it's good to see that a lot of people are watching. Not commenting so much. We need to comment and hype. I can't. I found out how to hype. You can only hype on the phone, but I can't hype my own video. You have to. So other people have to hype.
I hyped it twice. I just don't know what happened to the hype. I don't know where it went.
What does that mean? What is?
I have no idea. I know I had like 180 hype points, which I don't even know how I got them, but I said, okay, fine. It says, do you want to hype this video? And it was Coffee with the Dog. I said, sure. And he took all 180 of my hype points and they gave them to you. And I don't know what you did with them.
What, you get a hype points?
That's what it was. It was like hype 180. And I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Like where I'll be looking at something and I'll have like 25 XP. I don't know what that is. Extra points. I don't know what that means, but I can give them to people, I guess.
See, the YouTube needs to do a better job at this. They send you emails that said, make sure you ask people a hype. And they don't tell you what that means, how to do it. They just got to get better at sending these emails and being more. Because every day I get stuff about YouTube shopping, how we could make more money using new YouTube shopping. And I was like, well, what does that mean? How do I have to go fucking buy the product before I can? Because if you use a product, any product that's in the YouTube catalog, you can tag it, which I don't know how to fucking tag it, while you're using it. And that company will pay you like an affiliate sponsorship fee on that. But I don't know how to do it. Every day I get an email.
Now, that's stupid because, not stupid. I'm stupid. I should check to see if they have one for Navage because I use that every day, sometimes twice a day for my sinuses. So, all right, Mr. White, watch your mouth.
What does it say? Hopefully they are from Napa. What does that mean?
Napa Valley?
Oh, Napa. Napa. I thought it said Napa because my eyes are so bad.
The auto parts store?
There's only one P in auto parts, and they probably do that in the back. That's why things you get are a little bit wet.
Why am I a boomer? Because I don't know how to use YouTube shopping. Do you know how? Russ White, can you explain to me how to use? He's a boomer too. He's born in 1962. We established that, right?
Or he's 62. I wasn't thinking.
No, he's 63. He said yesterday he's 63.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird because it would be. Oh yeah.
Right,
Okay,
63, 162. Got it. Okay.
yeah,
Yep. Yep.
it
Yep.
all
Yep.
makes sense now. It all makes sense to a boomer.
Look,
We had
just because you don't know how to do something, if no one has shown you how to do something, doesn't make you old. It means nobody's shown you how to do something.
I guarantee there's a newborn baby who's nowhere near a boomer who can't use YouTube.
well locally, you know, because you're speaking about guys in their 60s. There's a guy, just the other day, on his motorcycle, 65 years old. He was driving his motorcycle. This guy behind him got pissed. Apparently, this guy was drinking vodka. He was drunk, and like he thought the motorcycle cut him off, and so they had this road rage incident. And the fucking guy in the car got around the guy on the motorcycle and cut him off and killed him. He
He's
murdered him.
He's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, he did like you would do in the movies.
Well,
And
I wouldn't do that in the movies. I mean, there's not a lot of room to even drive a motorcycle in the movies.
I
mean,
know. Let alone try to get a car in there.
those aisles.
that
Yeah,
guy,
Yeah.
yeah, they arrested him on the spot and everything, and yeah, it's just nasty.
Those bikers though, they and it's not the guys who drive the hogs. It's the guys who ride like those
The little dirt bikes. that
rocket
keep-
bikes. Those
Yeah.
rocket bikes. Yeah. I saw a guy the other day on Southern State Parkway. He had to be doing 90 miles an hour and in between
weaving
cars.
in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I-
I see
I'm
that
gonna
a
tell you
lot
now,
around here.
I am so tempted to sometimes just open my car door, even though I'm driving 60 miles an hour. When they go to like, bam! Oops, sorry. I was getting out. I thought this was my stop. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I'm surprised there aren't a lot more of those guys dying. Like, I'll tell you about my friend Denny, right? He was on one of those rocket bikes. He was doing like 80 miles an hour. Cop chasing him, and he hit a parked out like a car door. But he kept going. The bike stayed there, but he kept going. But he left his testicle on on the handlebars. And the cop ran over to him and looked at him and said, "Are you all right?" Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Am I all right? I just flew 90 feet in the air, landed on my shoulder, and my ball is back there. Am I all right? Yeah, I'm okay. Let me go.
So I had a friend of mine who was a police officer, and
No,
he
you don't.
he spent like years trying to get onto the chopper squad, police escort, motorcycle escort. That was what he wanted to do, and he took all these motorcycle tests and so forth. I mean, got really proficient at using a motorcycle. He finally makes the team, and he's supposed to start like in about 2 weeks. And so to celebrate,
What
he
did
was supposed to,
Trump give him that order? Oh,
no, to celebrate. This is they had this thing called Freak Week where you take your motorcycles down to like Myrtle Beach or something, or some beach down in the South. He went down there with his motorcycle and some other cop friends, and he died. He was killed in a motorcycle accident. I mean, the week before he's supposed to achieve his dream of being motorcycle escort. And
Did you write to Alanis Morissette about this? Because she could have fit him one more verse in that song.
No, but I
Young cop wanted to ride a bike.
don't know that. Oh, okay.
You know that.
No, they don't. No, that sounds more like a Sly and the Family Stone song.
Isn't
Where he
it
goes,
ironic?
one cop wants
yeah.
to ride a bike.
Yeah, that one.
Another cop
Family Affair.
wants to beat the blacks with a stick.
Now we're going back. That's a boomer reference where Alanis Morissette was a millennial, not even a Gen X more.
I really like Sly and the Family Stone. Sly's voice in that song.
Me too.
Family Affair.
I just love that song.
I love what he does with his voice there. It's like, I have difficulty. I have to listen to it to get it back. But I
would be doing the Sly Stone part. You would be doing the chick. It's a family affair. That would be you because that's what you are.
Because I'm a chick.
Yeah, you're a chick. Yeah. Come on,
I'm a chick that even Kylie doesn't like.
Wait, you have a what do you call alto voice, right? Go ahead, sing me a little. Just a happy birthday to you. You got an alto voice, right?
I don't know what kind of voice I have. No, and actually, this time of morning, I don't have much of a singing voice at all.
Yeah. Oh, days after the gig, I would come home and I would Barry White would write me letters that he was jealous. Well, oh, you get that low. I mean,
And see, now I would
after,
have gone Melvin Franklin. I would have said Melvin Franklin.
oh yeah. Too.
But that's just me. That's because of all the bass singers, he was like my favorite. I just love Melvin
That's
Franklin.
sing bass. That's sing bass. I don't want to get into the politics yet. We will probably at some point anyway. We always do. But Don Jr. is on a video on Twitter, and his eyes are glowing red, like I'm expecting blood to shoot at him. This guy's definitely a coke freak, right? But nobody has any control over him, like to say, if you want to say be a coke freak, be a coke freak, but don't fucking videotape yourself and keep putting it out there so everybody can make fun of the fact that you're a fucking coke freak. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. But he is definitely, I mean, if you've ever been around cokeheads, you know one, and there is no mistaking. He just, I don't know what he gets high on coke and thinks, I gotta get on camera, and show everybody.
I don't know if I've ever been around a legitimate cokehead. I've been around heroin addicts.
Well, that's different. They fall asleep.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been around people who are using coke, but not someone who's like.
How much of a cokehead do you have to be that you can't hold on to a fucking skank whore like Kimberly Guilfoyle? I mean, not that maybe he didn't want to. I mean, if you saw, she was becoming more. She was becoming a Halloween mask in real
she was
time.
approaching Tammy Faye Baker.
Man, no, she made Tammy Faye Baker look attractive.
I mean, she was like, I look at her face, I look at her, and I don't like to body shame, but since it's only her face, it's not really body shaming. But her face is like
face shaming.
Tammy Faye Baker and Mr. Limpet had a baby. Now, for those of you who don't know who Mr. Limpet is, Mr. Limpet, he was a fish character portrayed by Don Knotts. The Incredible Mr. Limpet.
What a boomer reference that is.
Was it Limpet with an M or Limpet with just two P's?
I think it's Limpet.
Limpet, yeah.
Okay, Limpet.
He was in love with fish. He used to go to the aquarium, and then he fell into the ocean and became a fish.
Right.
And he had sonars. Was he a dolphin?
No, but he did have this roar that was like it wasn't sonar, but it was like a roar. They would go roar, and it would just disrupt sonar and stuff like that.
The evil one wants to know if it's Friday yet. No, it's not. It's Monday. Monday morning. Did you fucking sleep through the weekend, Ian? What happened? Did you eat one of my cookies? No, the cookie.
I don't know if Ian means this in a good way or not, because we're talking Bob Ross, who could put people to sleep with his voice, and Bill Cosby, who put people to sleep not by choice. So I don't
get the Bob Ross part. I didn't get the Bill Cosby part either. I don't know where. I think that applies more to me.
Yeah, it was the Incredible Mr. Limpet.
Yeah.
Limpet.
Yeah.
1964.
Whoever came up with that stupid fucking Don Knotts was in a bunch of stupid movies before he while he was doing like he was
how about Disney? How about Disney releasing a movie about sex with fishes? I mean, that's pretty progressive back in the day, 1965. And you're like, this guy who fucks fish.
Disney? What? The sex with what?
What? The Amazing Mr. Limpet or whatever. That's a Disney movie.
No, but there was no sex.
Yeah, it's about fish sex. Why else would a guy be turning into a fish? Come on.
To help find enemy submarines in World War II. Right?
Now, is apple dumpling a sex term, kind of like blueberry pie? No, the cobbler. That's it. Cobbler is a blueberry cobbler.
Wait. So if I go into a restaurant and order a blueberry cobbler, I'm gonna get sex.
If it's the right restaurant, I think so. I think blueberry cobbler.
I got a gift
I was
certificate
just
for
curious
Applebee's.
about Apple Dumpling because Disney would have to re-release all of their Apple Dumpling Gang movies.
I don't know. Ron is our resident sexologist. Have you ever heard this about blueberry cobbler, or is he just making this up?
No, I mean, if you're like pop culture wise, if you're talking about pie fucking, you'd have to go to American Pie.
Oh, cream pies. I've heard of cream pies. I've heard that term before.
No, but we're talking about sex with pies or
Sex with pies.
pie.
I don't know. So, yeah, I'm just getting the messages that Chef Lanya will be here at 10:15. I knew that. I already knew that.
Okay.
I don't know what to ask him. Did you leave the stove on? And then that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the show for you. I mean, I can cook a couple of things. This is what I do. I cook one or two things, and if not enough to make it through the week, and have a different dish every night. So that's what I do. And do I enjoy cooking? I enjoy knowing that there's food coming. That's what I enjoy. But there's food on the way. So there's a lot of holes in it.
I tell you, the one thing I do not like is candles that smell like foods that I want to eat. I do not like apple pie scented candles because I love apple
How about
pie.
blueberry cobbler?
I don't know how you make a.
Gwyneth Paltrow has one.
I think her candles are.
Gwyneth Paltrow's blueberry cobbler candle.
Yeah,
I think it's just cobbler. I don't think it's blueberry when I think about it. I think it's just cobbler. I think it's cobbler.
Use porta potty as my candles.
Oh, stop it! Will you stop it? It won't stop it. Maybe I shouldn't. I need a Twitter intervention. Can somebody? How do we intervene me from?
That's why the government is taking it over, because people like you are too weak to control it on your own, and the government has to do it for you. It's for your own good.
Are you too sucked into Twitter? Is that what you're saying, man?
I can't. Every day I come on. That's on Twitter's one of the first sites that I pull up on this stupid thing. Even though I know, push that button and it's going to make you angry. Push this button, it's going to make you angry. All right, I'll push that button.
Yeah, I occasionally check in on Twitter because Twitter is just basically just white guys bemoaning everything, and it's very.
See, that's your thing. My thing is, I get a lot of basketball players talking about Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, and the thing is, and I will get sucked in. I like watching people who are good at what they do talk about other people who are good at what they do. The mutual admiration is just I'm just addicted to it. So I will watch those things. Sometimes I'll start with one video, two videos, and it's like 3 hours later, and I'm still watching.
All right. So who they talk? So you watch Larry Bird and Michael Jordan talk about each other on Twitter?
Larry Bird talk about Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson.
I've never seen either one of them, and I see a lot of famous people on Twitter. Never seen either one of those guys.
I'm saying you're seeing Twitter, right? I'm thinking TikTok. I'm sorry.
Oh, TikTok. You know what? TikTok. We're supposed to be streaming on TikTok. They enabled my account. It's in the bucket in StreamYard, but for some reason, if I go to add a service up here, TikTok doesn't show up. And then I can't get any answers from StreamYard on how I get that button in here because we've been approved by my TikTok. Now, probably nobody. I have very few followers on TikTok. It's not like I have people over there.
I got peoples.
You have people? But are you approved for live streaming? Because then we could use your live streaming now.
No, I'm not. I'm not approved for live streaming. I just have the free account, whatever that is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't have to pay for the live streaming over there. But they say, and we're on Instagram today for some dopey reason because I can't be on TikTok. I want to be on TikTok. I think that would make a difference.
I think so.
What kind of
the short I did about the jive talking about Rob Billingsley talking jive. That's probably. I mean, I don't. It's like I said. Since I stopped doing critical joke theory, I don't get the followings I used to have or the views I used to have, but that's the most popular thing I have right now. The Barbara Billingsley jive talking thing.
What? Jive talking. And
That's what I call it.
You made a reel out of that?
Yeah, I called it jive talking. Yeah.
Did you actually go and get the actual piece of her jive talking?
No, I didn't do that. I just did it from our show.
Huh. Wow. The piece about you telling John Beavers you would blow him, that got banned from TikTok. But you weren't actually blowing him, and I'm probably, I don't know, grasping at straws here. But blowing doesn't necessarily mean filleting, right? The word blow, yeah, I'll blow you, doesn't necessarily mean I'll suck your cock in every context. I guess it does.
But does it? But I think I actually say blow job. Do I say blow job or do I just say blow him?
No. You said here's what he said. He said, if I said to John, if John said to me, GD, you can blow me, and you said, yeah, I'll blow you.
Okay, got you. Right, yeah, that's right.
So, so why is that banned? That's not.
I don't know. I don't know why things get banned and what doesn't get banned, because it's like Ron was talking about the other a while ago. Like, you can't show nipples, but you can show it in a reflection of the glass of the window, but you can't show a vagina, but you can show it if it's a reflection from the window. Yeah, it's like,
wow.
Yeah, the thirst traps out there on Instagram and stuff, they know the workarounds.
Yeah.
Nipples, I never understand why. Listen, I understand tits are fun to look at, but nipples make the difference. Like, you could show all of the tit, but not the nipple, even though men have nipples, and you could show men's nipples. It's not like women, it's just hard to why that is the determining factor of what you can show.
We'd have to go back. We'd have to go way back in history to the incident at the Super Bowl where Janet Jackson.
That's way back in history, yes.
Yeah, and actually, it didn't start with her. It just exasperated. It just that just blew up once. And it wasn't even her fault. It was the white guy's fault. He grabbed at it. He exposed it, and she's the one that gets in trouble.
Yeah,
she gets exposed. She gets in trouble for having it when it was him who exposed it. He should be in trouble, not her.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, but I don't get the nip where it's like feet. Men have feet, women have feet. You could show feet because we both got them.
But you can't show my feet though, because I have nipples on them.
No, I can. I have your feet on video, and so do you. You want to see it?
No, I don't want to see it.
You want to see it?
No.
And we've shown Ron's feet from the underneath. We've shown Ron's vulnerable. That's a sign of.
Yeah, and that's actually just you can't show my feet from the bottom because I have nipples. You can show my feet from the top.
That's so weird. So weird that you have nipples. Now, that Marky Mark guy, I think he had 3 nipples, right? And
on his feet.
Yeah, he's always showing his nipples all for some reason.
And they don't have many. You can show a guy with 3 nipples. You can't show a girl with 2 nipples, right? That's if this is interesting television for you, don't ask what's wrong with us. That's all I'm saying.
Actually, I'm just trying to kill time until the guest gets here.
Yeah, me too.
It's just a lot of time.
Last time he was here early, like before the show started. Now we got to wait an hour for him. I didn't know we were going to have to wait an hour for him.
Yeah, if he were first, we'd already be talking to the guest, and then the second half we could talk about the guest.
I'm a little insulted, and it takes a lot to insult me because I'm so used to being brutally insulted. But Neil deGrasse Tyson, whatever. He goes on with fucking cyborgs, make-believe cyborg, whatever. He doesn't even answer an email from me. And it's definitely his direct email. I know that because it's on his website. The thing is, if you want to have him on your show, this is the media request form for an interview. I get ignored by him. Maybe if I want, dear Mr.
And maybe you're not being ignored. Maybe
Thank you,
it's
Mr. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
maybe your email address sent it to spam or something. I don't know what email address you use. I know I know that my email address info because it says info, it goes to a lot of people's spams. But so I'm told. But I didn't have any trouble getting to other people.
You know what? I got to get Howard Bloom on the program. You know Howard Bloom?
Yeah, he's a shortstop for the Mets.
No.
Second base? Who's on first?
It might be a DH. Howard Bloom.
Disgusting human being?
Howard Bloom is a weird dude, but he's very smart.
Oh, that Howard Bloom.
That's a weird dude. He's the guy who, I think for a time, did he manage Michael Jackson? He worked with Michael. He was Michael Jackson's publicist or something, but he's also a physicist, and he's got a theory of everything. And it's like from Einstein to Michael Jackson and back again or something. He's got a new book out. It's a sex book. I should have him back on the program. It was confusing to me. Like he's one of these guys where I just let talk and like think, what the fuck could I possibly ask this question? He's got his theory. It's called the bagel theory. His theory of everything. That the universe is a bagel. And on top of the bagel, time goes this way. And on the bottom of the bagel, time goes this way. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to make of that? What the fuck? Where am I walking? Now I'm just thinking I want to go out and get a bagel. That's all I got in my mind. But I want to get more smart people on the program, even though I can't even have a conversation with smart people, which is why you guys are here.
And in Bakersfield, hello.
Yeah. Good morning, Ann. What happened? Tony's not on today, right? Tony? Oh, yeah, Tony's on today.
He's on, but he's not 11 o'clock yet.
I'm going to jump off for a bit, gentlemen. I have a call here in like 3 minutes.
Go get your call. Go tell them they're boomers.
Oh, just before you go, Ron, have you heard of Hammer Jokes Comedy Club in Parkville?
Oh yeah, I heard that's just opening, right? That's
the grand opening was this weekend, October 4th, 5th.
Okay.
Because I just found out about it. Actually, let's put it this way: I've been seeing the things for it. I wasn't paying attention to it, and then this morning I realized it was a comedy club.
Yeah, is it actually a comedy club or is it just?
Apparently, it's a dedicated comedy club in the basement of a restaurant.
Okay. All right. No, well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
You know, we're on Governor. I don't know if you guys know this about this show, but we're on Governor's Comedy Club Network. You know.
Yeah. Well, I reached out to the Hammer Jokes people. I reached out to them this morning.
You reached out and touched somebody?
Yes, I did.
Did you make the world a better place?
No, but I have a restraining order.
All right. Well, just in time for Ron to leave, our guest has arrived. How about that?
That's what he was waiting for. He was waiting for Ron to leave. And I don't blame him. Because Ron has a totally different concept of cobbler and uses for apple pie.
But I don't think does he know about Ron? Does Ron's a reputation?
Who doesn't know about Ron? If you have a reputation that you're trying to protect, you want to know about Ron so that you can protect your reputation.
All right. Before I appreciate he's here now, but Howard Bloom's latest book is called "The Case of the Sexual Cosmos." Everything you need to know about nature, and everything you know about nature is wrong. A mind-expanding odyssey through desire, identity, and the origins of the universe. I don't know how you tie sex into the universe stuff. But Howard Bloom is the guy to do it if anybody's going to do it. The book is just the cover. He would definitely not make it onto a Naked Wines commercial. Just let me put it that way. But I'll see if I can get Howard on the program every day. He used to be a publicist. Maybe he's actually sending me this. I thought he had a publicist sending me stuff. But just a weird thing to tie sex into the origins of the universe. to me.
Well, if you're looking at it, I guess metaphysically, it's just the exchange of energy, and the universe is energy, and blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, I brought up governors, by the way. Every I shouldn't say it because David Tell has done governors recently, but all these comedians that I talk to who have some name recognition, they don't want to do governors. And then some of them are like New York State, like live not too far from governors. I don't want to mention them by name in case we can get them to book there. But I'm just like, why? It's right here. You don't have to go all the way to Timbuktu to do a comedy show. I don't get it. You enjoyed your time at Governors there. It was thrilling for you, wasn't it?
Sure.
It's a good club.
Yeah. I don't know. I would do it again.
You could do it again?
I said I would do it again.
You would do it again?
Sure.
Are you upset with Tony Walker?
No.
Because he's got Tony Walker and Friends tomorrow night.
Yeah, but I'm not. But technically, I'm not one of his friends, and he probably wouldn't even think of having me up there since I'd have to come all the way from Maryland.
See, I'm a little because I thought I was Tony Walker's friend.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why you're not on the club on the.
I guess I'm not a friend. This is a terrible way to find out by a comedy club poster. Anyway,
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna reach out to Tony and ask him.
You want to bring? Well, Chef Lanya has his camera off now. Can we? I don't know if we're ready to bring him in.
No, we don't want to bring him in without his camera.
No, we have to wait till he turns his camera back on.
Yeah, and give us a thumbs up.
Oh, so
but it's also not time yet, anyway, right?
Not possibly. We could wait some more time. Carl.
No, this is now. The other day we were talking about how many Jews there were in England, and Carl said he only knew one. I think that was his alibi, because next thing you know, there's a shooting in Manchester, a killing,
right?
Shooting.
Manchester, right?
Yeah, killed 2 and injured 3 at last count.
We lost Chef Lanya. He's gone. He went away. He heard us talking about shootings in the UK, and that was the final straw.
Yeah, but the weirdest thing is that all of a sudden we talk about Jews in Carl's neck of the wood, and all of a sudden there's that happens.
All right, let's introduce the chef before we lose him again. How about that?
Okay.
Celebrity chef Franco Lanya has cooked in some of the world's most celebrated kitchens, including all the ones that won't let me in. He has won Food Network's 24-hour restaurant battle twice. I don't have television, so I would not know what that means. He has been featured in New York Times, Los Angeles Times, and across major broadcast networks. Now he's sharing his most personal story in a forthcoming memoir, Cooking Inspired Beyond Recipes. And he's here now. Let's say good morning to Chef Franco Lanya. Good morning, Chef.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Thank you for coming back. Last time you were booked on the show, we still haven't gotten to the bottom of this. We were live. The button there said live, and it was going out nowhere. And so we said we'd have to reschedule, and you were kind enough to reschedule and come back on short notice. So thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Glad to be here.
So now, I'll get right to the really interesting stuff here. We understand that you were in the South Tower of World Trade Center on 9/11.
I was in the South Tower of the World Trade Center on 9/11. I had come back from studying and working abroad in Italy, and I landed a job in a restaurant in Soho, a famous place that was opening up, and they told me that I had to redo my health certificate. It had expired while I was away. So they gave me 3 options. I was living in Jersey City, right across from the World Trade Center on the other side of the Hudson River. So, I mean, the whole point of living there is to see this gorgeous view of Lower Manhattan. And they gave me 3 choices. It was Uptown, Midtown, or the World Trade Center on 9/11 to redo this certificate. And of course, I took the World Trade Center since I lived literally like one PATH train stop away from the location. And that's the reason why I was in the World Trade Center on that day. It was, like everyone knows, it was just incredible. But that's why I was there.
So now, were you there when the planes hit?
I was there. I was in the World Trade Center too when the first Trade Center, the World Trade Center number one, was hit by an airplane, and I got to the location in the World Trade Center number two about 8:30, and the class was supposed to begin at 9. So I was there about a half hour early. This is when everything was, starting to take place in terms of the attack on the World Trade Center. So I was already in the building. I was sitting down. I was getting myself together. The proctors were coming in, getting themselves together. And when the World Trade Center number one was hit by an airplane, it kind of heard like but nothing like that was that alarming or anything. You're in this building, it's tight, it's enclosed, everyone's talking and stuff in this room. But a woman came up to the doorway and screamed that that an airplane had just hit the tower next to us, and this is what happened, what occurred. And we were like, that's what that noise was. So we walked to the windows of the World Trade Center in the room, and they're kind of like totally, I'm sure you all know this, they're totally like flush. Like you can't step into a ledge and look up and look down. They were totally flush. So we were kind of trying to see the best we could. And there was some debris falling down and a lot of havoc down there at the bottom of the street. And the teachers or proctors that were in charge of this test that was about to take place said that we should wait to get instruction from the Department of what do you call it, the police and everything from the World Trade Center. I forget what you call them right now. And
Yeah. No,
there's like a special name
for
Port
Port
Authority. That's it, man. Right, the Port authorities were supposed to direct us on how we go about this emergency, and everybody was like, you know what, basically the hell with that, and we threw our stuff in our bags, our backpacks. We hooked our stuff up, and we were like, see you later. We walk out into the hallway, and there's hordes of people in front of the elevator. Couldn't take the elevator. So I walk over with the rest of the group to the stairwell. I was probably up on, I don't remember the exact floor because it's kind of all blurred out, but I always tell people it's like in like 80, 81, something like that. It was something like that. And we get to the stairwell. It's a parade of people coming down. I mean, as you can imagine, all walks of life, people that shouldn't even be taking the stairs are taking the stairs, walking down. And it took a good 20 minutes to get down, 25 minutes to get down to the bottom. And when we get down to the bottom, we kind of cross the street. We're on Varick Street now. We're looking up at the World Trade Center, seeing that the World Trade Center one now is inflamed and everything. We're trying to get an idea of like what happened here because we were in the building. We don't know really the story. And as we're trying to figure this all out, a woman yells, another, and before she could say the word, another plane, we see this plane comes going as fast as possible, right into the World Trade Center number 2, roar. I mean, people just hit the ground. I mean, it was just incredible. And that's when we realized there's no way this can be another accident. The first Trade Center could be an accident, but there's no way 2 planes hit both of them on the same day within like a half hour apart. So all mayhem broke loose down below, as you can imagine, and the rest is pretty much history. But that's what I was. That's the reason why I was there for that day.
Wow. Now you're not the first person who was in the buildings on that day that we've had on the program. We've had a guy on who was a service dog guy, and he's a blind guy, and he was in the building, and he had to help people escape. His dog helped people escape. Question I have for you: does that profoundly change, like an incident like that? Like all these people died. I could have been one who died. Does it change you profoundly in the way you look at life, the universe, faith, any of that kind of stuff?
I mean, absolutely, because I mean, everybody was there that day. I mean, everyone left their house that morning. They're doing their thing. They're going after their goal. They're rocking out their career. They're doing whatever they're doing there to better their families, their lives, their careers, and everything. And I was there doing the same thing. I mean, I was just never in a million years would have thought, and no one would have thought that something like that could ever have happened at all. Especially that it was a gorgeous early September morning. I mean, it just was like a sucker punch, to New York, to everybody. So it changed me to the point where, like, I thought my career, what I was doing, what I was going after, was literally pointless in comparison to what these men and women were doing. We're all evacuating and leaving, and the first responders are going into the mayhem, trying to help people on the street, and then obviously go into the building. So like the food and the cooking and these secret recipes and these great chefs in America and overseas, it was just like, what's the point? I mean, like it is really just, so I kind of pulled back on my own career, and I pulled back on chasing the dream and the goal, so to speak. It kind of put me on a downward spiral, and I really looked at everything much differently after that point. I looked at food much differently, cooking, like my actual career. The reason why I was even there, I kind of took a turn in a different direction, so to speak.
That's interesting, because some people would have gone the other way and gone like, God really wants me to be a chef because he spared me from being in that building.
Yeah, that's
so my cooking must really be that fantastic that God spared me of all the other chefs that God chose me to be.
Well, in a way,
then you start making tower cakes. That becomes your thing. You just start making tower cakes with little planes in it and stuff.
Yeah. No, but you know what? I gotta agree with you, man. In a way, I did get to that point because I started to tell people, because the first thing to go out the window when we don't feel good, or when we have a breakup, or when we go through a traumatic event, something like 9/11, is the fact we just don't eat right. Like we don't.
I think it depends on where you live. If you're in Russia, the first thing to go out the window is your enemy.
Right. But here
so it's like a cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing, man. Yeah, exactly.
Your enemies.
But whatever. So I was trying to get back on target and get back, lift myself up and get back into the game, so to speak. And I did that through the most fundamental ways of cooking, like the most basic stuff, rather than. I guess you would do that in anything that when a adverse event hits your life, you go back to the fundamental square one of building your life back up again. And I just went into the most fundamental ways of cooking and getting the nourishment, and telling other people to do the same thing. Because you don't really want to go to a supermarket when you don't feel well and go shopping and get this long list of ingredients and buy all this stuff and deal with all those people. So I would say just run in, grab yourself an onion and a chicken breast, stay around the periphery of the store. Don't go into the center where all the less nutritious foods are. Grab something and just get the heck out of there. Go home and make something for yourself. Chop the onion up, throw it in the pan, throw in your chicken breast. And we're not cooking fancy smancy stuff. We're not adding wine and liquors and all this stuff. And you just cover it, steam it, cook it. When you lift that up, you got something hot and smells good and enlivens you, and it gets you back into like wanting to feel good, doing it for yourself rather than having someone cook for you. You're taking care of yourself and doing it for yourself is a big part of getting unstuck. So that's what I started to do. So I guess that became my calling via being spared in 9/11, like you had just mentioned. So yeah, that it's true.
All right, one more question about 9/11, then we'll just focus on the book and the cooking and all that stuff.
Okay.
Do you, because it's such a iconic event, I'm sure when people find that out about you, they all want to, and like it was the first question I asked.
Right.
Does that get like, I'm just so sick of talking about this? I mean, you could be honest with me. I understand that. For me to start there is like, let's do this again. But it's got to be like, I want to put it in the past and focus on my life now, not continue to relive that day every time I talk to somebody new.
How do you prevent yourself from embellishing? Because I know a lot of people who would have started off on the 80th floor, but by the time they told it the 80th time, they'd be like, I was on the 405th floor, even though it's only like 100.
I put my hand out to stop the jet.
Yes,
Right,
right.
right. I mean, I've sat and I listened to a lot of people because no one knows that you were there. Like every year when 9/11 starts to come around, and I could be sitting in a Starbucks and just hanging out, listening to people talk, and they're talking about 9/11, and they're talking about how horrific it was for them. And then when you really listen to their conversation, it was really them. It was like their friend's friend was there, and everyone tries to get closer to the situation as the day
Right.
comes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I mean I don't say anything. I usually just sit back and listen, and I say, to myself, if these people only really knew, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's many of them walking around like me that feel the same way. But I mean, hey, whatever. I mean, that's what floats your boat.
It's
But
also an event like Woodstock. There were, I don't know, 500,000 people at Woodstock, but 3 billion people will tell you they were there. So it's like,
somehow they were there, right? Or their friend got them the T-shirt. That means they were there, right?
yes, right.
Exactly. So I mean, for me, I don't really talk about it.
My friend got killed in 9/11. All I got this lousy T-shirt.
Oh, that's another one that's going to get blocked.
That's how I was going to get blocked, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really talk about that much. Like, to tell you the truth, I don't really keep that on the forefront of my conversations on 9/11.
Yeah, I would imagine. But as soon as somebody finds out about it, and now it's going to be in the book, which the book comes out next month in November. Or
The book comes out. It should be out by the holidays. By I would say late November. Yeah.
Let's clear this up. It's not a cooking book. It's a memoir about your life in cooking. Yes.
Correct. That's exactly it. And then the subsequent books will be cookbooks. But this is like the journey. But it could be like it's my journey, but it could be your journey or your journey. I mean, and using food as a method of inspiration as we go through our life for good and for bad times. So
you know what? I was thinking about this last night, not just because you're going to be on the show, but just because I'm old. I was thinking about food has become more important to me as I got older. I'm thinking I never, ever in my life thought about tomorrow, what I'm going to have for dinner tomorrow.
Right.
But as you get older, it's like that's a highlight of my fucking life now.
Right.
It's a sad thing. Will you talk about your journey? Were you, when you were a kid, was food your thing? Were you like? Did it inspire you to become a chef because you were in the kitchen as a kid? I mean, where does that come?
I mean, it's really odd. I mean, I come from an Italian American background family, so you would think food would be like this big thing, but it really wasn't. For at least for me, I mean, food was always there. Mom cooked and grandma cooked, that kind of stuff. I was never really into it. I never really cared what they were cooking. I more cared about eating it like everybody else than making it. But my dad basically dragged me to I don't know if you guys know King's Supermarkets in New Jersey. He dragged me to King's Supermarket to get a job when I got out of high school, to keep me from getting in trouble and keep me on the right track and stay away from the bad influences and all that stuff. And they were hiring in the summer of my graduation year, so I was going into college. I was going to study to be a social worker is what I was going to do. And he brought me in there, and I started working in the deli department, and then the catering department, and then the fish department, and then the butcher department. So I did this whole training in there, and that's what changed my life. It made me change everything that I wanted to then become a chef. So that's what changed me. It wasn't like my family, it was the work.
Okay. My question, because you said an Italian background, is it gravy or sauce?
For me, it's gravy if it has like meat in it. If it has pork or sausage or meatballs, whatever you put in, that becomes a gravy. And then if it's a sauce, if it doesn't have that.
Amazing. I think we finally got an answer that makes sense to the sauce gravy controversy here. If it has meatballs or sausage or it's got meat in it, it's gravy.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, I got to call Vic.
You got to tell, right. You got to tell the whole tri-state area now, right?
Oh,
as a matter of fact, Matt is going to make this a short because this has been a controversy for quite some time on this show. Sauce and gravy. Yeah.
Oh, there you go, man. You got your answer.
Long Island and New Jersey is basically, and Long Island are basically the same thing. They're New York attached, New York adjacent Italian American communities.
Correct.
And so here, there have been wars started. There are families have broken up over the gravy controversy.
It's almost as bad as talking politics, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm not like I'm finicky about fancy food, like stuff that I'm a meat and potatoes guy. And when somebody comes along with like a dish that is, oh wait, it doesn't look like mom would make it type of thing,
Right.
I'm a little scared about that. Do you create your own dishes? Like, do you like something new, or you just
only when he has
finding
leftovers
new
in the
ways
house.
to make all kind of stuff? Are you a plate designer, a meal designer?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you go on my website,
I'm on there now.
.com, you can see the pictures of the food that I do. I mean, I mean, you design your dish. I think we eat with our eyes first, like everyone always says. So if you design the dish to look appetizing, to look awe-inspiring, wow, this looks delicious, or this.
Well, I'll tell you, the first things that jump out at me are the dessert type of things that are on right up on the top of the homepage here.
Okay.
But one of the things I wanted to ask you about, Sicilian almond pasta cookies, right? Almond paste cookies. Sicilian almond. Somebody, and I because this is what there's a lot of information you obviously know about nutrition and food and what gives food flavors and all that stuff. Reading your website, somebody had on YouTube, and you know, you got to take everything with a grain of salt and some gravy. Almonds are supposed to be not good for men. They are testosterone killers. Is there any? Do you know anybody?
They say that. I mean, I don't have any. I wouldn't have any proof myself of that, but I enjoy using almond and almond paste in a lot of Mediterranean, especially Italian pastries. You'll find it in French pastries. You'll find it.
Yeah, I'm an almond lover. I mean, and I just found that. No wonder I'm such a sissy. I'm
the almonds.
Now, Frank, I have a question for you about
Sure.
Okay, you like your family cooked, but you didn't as a kid. But now you do cook. You sound like you cook a lot more healthy than your family did when you were growing up. So, what recipes did your family make that you have to make the most adjustments to without having to, make it healthy without losing the flavor?
Okay, I mean, my family. So, for example, like Sunday, a typical Sunday, like most Italian American households, we would have the gravy, which would be the pork ribs, the meatballs, the sausage, all that stuff cooked in the sauce. So you're getting a lot of fat. You're getting a lot of that stuff in. It's also what makes it taste so good, but obviously it's not healthy.
Yeah, that's what the flavor is, the fat.
And then we're making the ravioli, or we're making pasta, and then we're topping that if it was like, say, fusilli, then we're topping that with ricotta cheese and more Parmesan. So everything is just cheese and fat, and it's just but it's delicious. So I mean, in my cooking, I kind of cut back on all of that. Like, I hardly ever make a Sunday gravy in my own life anymore. Many restaurants want me to make it. Like, if I'm working as a chef, they'll say, hey, you got to make that because that's what people want to try. But as an Italian American, if you eat that every single Sunday for years and years and years, it just obviously can't be good for you.
Right.
So those are the adjustments. The main ones I made was to cut back on the fat, cut back on all the extra calories in terms of cheeses and things like that.
What do you substitute? But how do you substitute for the flavor? Because once you take out the fat, that's a lot of the flavor. So
I made it more natural flavors. I used a lot of things like lemon zest, white wine, really, really fresh tomatoes, like fresh tomatoes, not from the can, fresh tomatoes. Stepping up the garlic a little bit, using herbs, fresh oregano, fresh thyme, fresh rosemary, fresh parsley, not the kinds that are already.
What's your tomato of choice? Because there's like 100 different kinds of tomatoes.
I mean, I like the Roma tomatoes, the little kind of like oval. oval shaped ones. That's my favorite. I love heirloom tomatoes, the different color and different variety of heirloom tomatoes, especially to make a salad with. But just eating lighter. That's the whole thing is just like lighter cooking, lighter eating, lesser ingredients speaks more to your body, so to speak.
This is a stupid question, but I'm a stupid person, so I'm allowed to ask it. What makes something extra virgin? Extra virgin olive oil, like extra virgin.
How could you not know that one, Matt? Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Frank.
Extra virgin olive oil is the first press of the olive oil. So it's like,
wouldn't that be virgin olive oil? No, that's extra virgin. The extra part.
Why they call it extra virgin? I got to be honest with you.
Those olives are faster. Those olives
I married an extra virgin, and
right.
Like,
right.
What do you mean? Yeah.
It's just basically, I guess it's a marketing term. It sounds great. It sounds pure. Extra virgin olive oil.
So it really isn't a stupid question because there's no real answer to that. It's just like somebody's just pulling your leg, pulling your extra virgin leg.
This is not going to be like the gravy and sauce controversy, which we've resolved. This is
this one over. Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly.
How much do you have to know? Because GD was talking about the fat part of the flavor. Now, I don't want to know about that when I'm eating stuff. I just where the flavor comes from. But I'm reading this thing about this thing. Why juiciness matters, and you're talking about it comes from the melted fat and all this stuff. Like that's something I don't really want to know while I'm eating. But how much do you have to know about the science and biology of all the kind of stuff that you cook? Do you need to know about?
It depends on the type of cooking you're doing. Like there's the old school cooking where you're just you're building flavors and you're going through the process of making a recipe, and really you're more focused on building flavors and the end result. So like you're not really concerned on how much fat is in there and how much, you're just building it and you're going to the final dish. Where there's a lot of this like gastronomy now where molecular gastronomy and all this stuff that you were saying, like fancy stuff where they're using foams on a plate and they got to know how much fat is in the container because it's not going to create a foam if you press it, if it doesn't have enough air. That's a whole different.
And also like time, and also some of them cook with the concept of like time release flavors. Like you bite something and you get hit with the sweet, and then 12 seconds later you get hit with the salty, and then 13 seconds later you get hit with the check.
That's a whole different type of cooking. It's not the type of cooking that I've done, but I respect it and I get it. And I just don't think it's kind of food that you can teach people a lot to do. Like you're not going to go home and actually make a dish like that. Really, you're going to have to go out. You might make it by accident, probably right. But so I mean, I like to do recipes and make food and make dishes that people can relate to first of all, and then maybe they'll want to try and go home and try themselves. Like it's feasible.
All right, let's talk about recipes because. And I don't want to go through recipes here, but the idea of recipes are made so that I can reproduce the same dish if I follow the instructions exactly and use the same proportions. But I'm a guy who I don't even know what a measuring cup, where my wife keeps a measuring cup. And when I call my stepdaughter, how do you make this? She says, I don't really measure. I pinch of this, a pinch of that.
Right.
Are you, when you're cooking, do you just know, like, or do you need to measure everything exactly? I mean, when you're coming up with stuff.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, in the very beginning, especially when you're coming into it, like if you go to culinary school or if you're just working up through the ranks in a restaurant, the hardest thing to learn is actual seasoning because it's a hard thing to do. You can seriously over season by accident and ruin the whole dish. You can under season, it doesn't taste good. So seasoning is something there in the very beginning that you would do the measurement. You would say a tablespoon, a teaspoon, whatever. But when you're cooking in a restaurant and you've been seasoned for a while, you've been cooking for a while, and you're cooking and you're picking up 10, 11, 12, 13 dishes, there's no way you're going to sit there and measure out. You know the feel, the in your hand with the salt, you know exactly what goes in each, you know how many turns of the pepper make this dish right, you know how much basil, how much thyme. It's just something that you do learn, and there's no way to measure everything. But in the beginning, it's like having training wheels on,
Right.
and you keep the training wheels on, and then you finally take them off, and you can go rogue, but go rogue in the right way.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this is the problem in all the performing arts, and I think culinary arts are a performing art, but nobody sees behind it. It's behind the curtains. But
Right.
people want to break the rules before they learn the rules, and that's you have to learn the rules before you can break the rules. I mean, you're better off learning the rules before you break.
Right. I mean, it's a discipline. You know, it's all about discipline, and most kitchens, especially the higher end ones, are highly disciplined. And to overseason something in the middle of service, and it comes back, and the person said, "Hey, this was too salty or too peppery,"
right,
can bring the whole kitchen to a screeching halt. You know,
Yeah.
like it stops the whole flow because now you got to redo something.
Now,
I used to cook.
my naivety. Hold on a second. I just want to get clear on this because in my mind, the chef doesn't cook. The chef is the boss of the cooks, right? Do you ever actually cook anymore?
No, I cook. I mean, yeah, no, I believe that the chef should cook because he is the highest trained and has the highest amount of skill in the kitchen. So I believe the chef should do cooking. If you get to the point where you're like a Gordon Ramsay or whoever, I mean, there's no way you can cook in 15 different restaurants. So you have to have men in place that are the chef and so on. But it's an enjoyment. Like I like to cook. I want to be in there with the guys cooking and showing them and correcting stuff at the moment rather than waiting for the dish to go out and come back. If I'm on the line working with them and I can see they're going in the wrong direction, I can fix it prior to it going out and then being sent back. So
yeah, because you're the guy who's going to get the complaints if it's not perfect, right?
It always falls onto the chef, no matter what. I mean, it's like the captain goes down with his ship, so to speak.
Now, I have a question for you, because like I said, I love good food, and my wife loves to cook. And my wife can watch like a cooking show, like those challenges where it says, and the secret ingredient is puffer fish. And then my wife will go, okay, you have to do this and do that. And my wife like knows what you should do with it, right away. Now, when I go out to a restaurant, if the food is really good, I will say to them, please tell the chef that this was excellent. And I don't know if they actually tell the chef, but once in a while, the chef actually comes out and says, thank you.
Oh, good.
I was just wondering, are you that kind of chef? It's like if someone sent a compliment out to you saying, please tell the chef, thank you. This was the best cheeseburger I've ever had. And would you like stop and say, let me go out and say thank you to this? Because it's a rare occurrence that you get those compliments. People are really quick to complain. You know, they're like, there was one onion too many.
I mean, I would always try if it was slow enough and I could step away, I would always try and go out and thank someone for sending a compliment. Always, because it's nice that when someone takes that extra step to tell the waiter, to tell the kitchen that they enjoyed something, because we're working so hard back there, and most of the time you don't get a compliment. You always get this was overcooked or this was undercooked or whatever. So it's nice to get a compliment. And then usually I bring the compliment with me back to the kitchen. I'll say, I just went out to the table. The gentleman said he loved the cheeseburger. And John, that means you rocked and you made an awesome cheeseburger because this gentleman called me out there to tell me about it. And it was all you, bro. You knocked the cover off the ball because obviously he cooked the cheeseburger, not me. So and then they feel good. It lifts them up.
That's
now,
a great thing.
Here's my other question, though. My other question is because you wouldn't have served it if you didn't think it was good.
Correct.
So a lot of people wouldn't have ordered it if they didn't expect it to be good. So they'll just say, they'll think to themselves, this is really good, and they don't do anything else about it. And you're just assuming it's good because you wouldn't have made it otherwise. So so those moments when somebody just says it just seems that it's like,
well, you can't taste everything, right? Because then you'd be a big fat blimp. I mean,
right. I mean, that's why they say you don't trust a skinny chef. But
yeah,
right.
Well, you're about to step into a realm where that idea of where you'll hear complaints more than compliments a lot more with the publishing of the book, because you'll find out that reviews, people will only most likely be motivated to leave a review if they're angry, or they're a competitor, or they think they know more than you. And I would think there are a lot of, especially in New York, Long Island, New Jersey area, a lot of people just think they know more than the chef. A lot of dudes think they should be chefs, even though they've never been to culinary school. So unfortunately, when the book comes out, do you have a publishing date on the book?
I don't have an exact date. I mean, I could definitely get back to you with the exact date if you give me some time.
Yeah, go to francoalagna.com and they'll be able to kind of get updated on the progress of the book and when it's
Correct, my website.
But yeah, this is your first book, right?
Yes, sir. That's my first book. Yeah.
The publishing world is really it's an ugly swamp down there, man. First of all, there are like 8 billion books coming out every second, and very competitive. And then the reviews will make or break whether your book gets even shown to people, whether it gets exposed to people, and it's like pulling teeth, asking people to. Here's a little. I don't know if it's too late for this, but I've been sharing this tip with people in the publishing business because I was in marketing for it, and it's rigged. It's rigging the algorithm, just like YouTube, just like Facebook, like all these things. The idea that a lot of people are doing right now is they get a list of people who work for your publicist, your people who know you, friends and family, and you put it in Amazon. Don't tell anybody it's for sale. You put it in like home and garden, a category that nobody's going to find it in. Put it for free, an audiobook or an ebook for free, so they can download it and become an authenticated buyer, and then tell them to leave a review. And then once you got enough reviews, that Amazon automatically gives you a bestseller badge, and the algorithm says people are interested in it. Then you put it in the right category and put a price on it, and then that's what people are doing to rig the system. And I'm putting that out there because it is a rigged system, and I wanted many people to know about it so it becomes less rigged. So
thank you.
Yeah. So now the book. Now the format of the book, it's kind of a life story, and it's supposed, according to what I've read, the advance from your publicist, I think it's Lindsay. It's an inspiration and motivational book, kind of.
Yes, I try to make it where there's like a moral to the whole thing. It's not just about, I don't want to write a book that was not relatable for other people. It was my journey on becoming this chef, but you could plug yourself in and make it like your journey on becoming a radio announcer or whatever your thing was that you were trying to do. And then when you hit your moments in life that kind of brought you down or got you stuck, this is what I did, or this is what I tried to do via using the fact that I was involved with food. And it might be something that you guys might find interesting to do or begin to do, or maybe you've done. So I wanted to make it where people could kind of plug me out and plug them in. So it's a story that's relatable to the masses, not just about me, but it's based on my journey.
Was it an enjoyable process? I mean, obviously your first book, it's probably not as easy as most people think it is. Was it an enjoyable process? And the writing?
It was a very difficult process because I never wrote a book before, so I kind of wrote it in segments. Like I started, and then I would stop, and then I would write again, and then a year or two would go by, and then I didn't do it in one consecutive flow. So I would have to pick, but I finally got it done. And I think this is the right time to do it. I think we mentioned 9/11. I think there a lot of healing has taken place now since 9/11. It's been a long time ago. So a lot of people are willing to talk more about it and have healed from it, that have experienced it and lost loved ones there. So I think it's a good time for the book to come out, and I'm glad it took as long as it did, actually, because its timing's much better.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question about, because you said you'll probably write cookbooks. You'll probably write
Yes.
a cookbook. So when it comes to your style, the style of a cookbook, do you lean more toward the pop-up cookbook or the scratch and sniff?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would have to say a scratch and sniff, man, because that's what makes you salivate, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but you
Smelling.
cook with the eyes, though. But you cook for the
You
eyes,
do, you
right?
do. Well, you got a gorgeous picture, and then if you scratch on the filet mignon, you can smell it. Right,
Yeah.
Okay.
right.
Before you just kind of in conversation, you mentioned Gordon Ramsay, and the idea of celebrity chef. There's a few people out there that I know the names of. Is there a like obviously because there is only so many content networks out there. There's going to be some competition, but is it a personal competition? Do you feel like in comedy or music, who's got the spot that you want? Is there like personal rivalries and that kind of stuff within
I
the
mean,
chef
I'm
world?
sure at that level, there's a lot. I kind of been a low key guy. I've been a hands on chef for a long time and living my life and going through my own the trials and tribulations and pinnacles and all that stuff. So I've been keeping my eye on the ball, and I keep my eye on these guys and what they're doing and where they've gotten and what they've achieved in terms of stardom and fame. It's incredible I mean, celebrity chefs. I mean, the amount of money they make is just incredible. Yeah, but that would I aspire to be that? Sure, but I wouldn't want to give up my brand of who I am to do
Right.
that. So yeah.
Earlier, you mentioned going to I think you said Sicily, but Italy. Uh, how important is seeing going to different places and experiencing the world? Can you learn those culinary arts by staying domestic, or is travel a necessary part of your
I
education?
mean, travel was a big part of my journey. I wanted to go to these places. I wanted to go to Italy and cook. I wanted to go to Scandinavia. I wanted to go across the states and California and Florida and all that. And I jumped on cruise lines, and I was out in Greece and Turkey and Egypt and Israel and all this stuff. So it does enhance your flavor profile. It does enhance your knowledge of the world in general. I think it shapes you in terms of your palate as a chef. But not everyone can do that. Not everyone wants to do that. So, I mean, you can do a lot of great things by just working in Manhattan and going to every great ethical restaurant that you have right there in New York City. And, you don't have to really go to Egypt. You don't have to really go to Italy. But if you really want to get rooted in something, you have to go to the country. If you want to be an expert in Italian cuisine, then yeah, you'd have to go to Italy and spend some time there and learn that's what I did and get it like organically
All
so
right.
you can learn.
Well, here we're gonna make more breaking ground coming up. I feel it. I can feel more breaking ground coming up because as a guy from New Jersey, Italian from New Jersey,
Right.
especially, I feel like this area, New York, New Jersey, Long Island, owns good pizza. And if you go to California or Chicago, Chicago thinks they own good pizza, but there's this controversy about you can't get good pizza outside of New York. If you go to Florida, you're gonna get like frozen pizza. They say that people will say it's the water, and like I'm wondering if it's the same with sauce or all this kind of stuff. Can you get good Italian food in other domestic places in America? But the pizza thing is definitely part of it. Do you know what the cause of New York, New Jersey, Long Island has the best pizza, and every place else has sucky pizza?
I mean, I think the main thing with pizza is everyone always says it's the water, it's this, it's that. I mean, that could be a big. And I spent years in Florida, and there were places that would like bring in the water from New York just so they could say they make New York pizza and all that stuff. So I mean, I don't really know, but what I can say is that I think it's about the people making the pizza. I think that the people that make the pizzas up in New York and New Jersey and Connecticut and all that stuff, we all have great pizzas around here. I think that they just have it down to a science. They know exactly their market. They know exactly their ingredients. They just have it down right. So their pizzas are coming out stellar. Where you go to a place like Florida or something, it's hit or miss because they're opening a pizzeria, but they're not really like some seasoned awesome pizzeria. They just opened a pizzeria and they put New York pizza on top.
Could altitude make a difference though? I mean,
They say altitude makes a difference in the dough.
The dough has to rise. And
wow.
And humidity makes a difference in the dough. So down there in Florida, it's a lot more humid. There's a lot of scientific reasons why so the tri-state might just be like a microclimate that's perfect for pizza making.
When you go out to
there was one of my favorite desserts. I'm trying to remember now. It was a Mexican dish. It was a real doughy thing. Sopapillas. I love sopapillas.
I don't even know what that means.
But the sopapillas in in New Mexico were so good. Okay. But I was told you couldn't make them at certain altitudes because of the airiness. And then so they would have to substitute seltzer water or club soda, something with bubbles to give it the same airiness.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, people do a lot of tricks like that to combat, especially when you're making breads or you're making focaccias and stuff like that. Depending on your altitude and humidity, you have to readjust So it makes sense. I would say yes.
When you go out to a restaurant, are you a forgiving customer? I mean, are you a rough customer, knowing that?
No, I got to tell you, I'm very, very kind, and I don't really critique everything. Unless it's something that's really off the charts, that's wrong.
Then you're absolute consummate pro, because in music, I know people go out when they're watching another band or another artist perform. In the back of their mind, even if they don't express it, they are very critical. And to me, it's a little bit intimidating when I see somebody I know who's a good musician from the stage, and I look at and I see somebody, I'm like, I know they're gonna act kind, maybe, but for definite sure, in the back of their mind, they're picking me apart and analyzing it.
Well, I mean, you always say, "Oh, gee, I might not have paired this with that, or I might not have used this kind of sauce with this kind of a meat, or I might not have made it so small. I would have made the portion bigger." I mean, you always say stuff like that, but I don't slam them and tell them to go back to the chef and say, this is what I think the guy should have done. I mean, like you said, you keep it in your mind and stuff, and you just realize that they're doing the best they can. And as long as it's edible and delicious and it's good and you're getting your money's worth, there's really nothing to complain about.
Right. Now, I have a question about, I don't know if you've watched shows like The Bear and stuff like that. Now, I've worked in the kitchen. I've worked in kitchens, and I know they're chaotic, but they were never as confrontational and yelling as. Matter of fact, they were much more fun than they make it sound like on The Bear. The Bear makes it sound like every single meal, all you do is fuss and fight and scream and yell and cuss. And to me, working in the kitchen was fun and creative. And it's chaotic because you have maybe 300 people waiting to eat.
Right.
And they're dining. They're not just fast food,
Uh-huh.
But I mean, do you find kitchens to be chaotic, or is there a certain rhythm that you find comforting in the kitchen?
Well, it depends on what level you're cooking at. I mean, if you go to a place like a La Bernardin or a La Grenouille in Manhattan, I mean, it's a much more serious cooking environment. It's really not fun. It's very focused, and it's fun if you like that kind of a focused and highly skilled environment. If you come down a few notches and you're not at those Michelin star levels, and you come down a few notches, I think it's a little more lax. It's a little more laid back. The chefs are a little more lax. They'll let you play music. They'll let you, not have your shirt and everything all tightened up and everything, and you like in the higher end restaurants do, and it's a little more laid back. So it could be more fun in that regard. But at the end of the day, cooking is a serious business in terms of like what you're doing, because I mean you're serving food to people, so you have to be really cognizant of what you're serving, of the way you're storing it, the way you're preparing it, so people don't get ill, don't get sick, don't get foodborne illnesses, and things of that nature. So it is a serious thing in that regard, but it can be fun when you're not at that high end level where everything is just very very intricate and very very demanding.
Yeah.
Now, one other question, because I know again, I was not like in a restaurant per se. I was in dinner theater.
Oh, okay.
I was in dinner theater.
Actually, that would definitely be fun.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
one of the things that like we had certain meals that we made the same way, the exact same time, every single time. But when
Right.
we would we would cook ourselves with the same ingredients for ourselves, it would be so much better what we do for ourselves. You know, like because out there you're cooking for like 300 people, and you kind of have to like to make it like an average. You know, it has to be good and tasty, but you can't make it too spicy or not or too,
Right.
Right. So I would cook things in the back, and it's like, okay, this is the chicken for my dinner, because we got to eat, we got to cook for ourselves. But they're like, oh my God, this is like really good. We got to put this out. It's like, no, you can't put this out there. First of all, it's too expensive,
Right.
because you have a price point, and also it's a little bit more spicy than what they would, sit up there.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're cooking for the masses, I mean that's a lot. That's a thing, because majority of people will complain if something's too spicy or too flavor. The flavors that they can't relate to, or whatever. So that's why there's standard recipes and standard procedures, and
that's why we have chain restaurants, chain food.
Exactly. Right.
How do you because all of the food looks so tempting, how do you not get fat? That's the question. How do you not get to be
I gotta tell you, I lost a lot of weight over the last couple of years. I'm an avid runner, an avid walker. I really watch what I eat at this point in my life. So if I'm making new menus, or I'm trying new dishes, or I'm checking the cook's plates, I'm only taking a spoon. You know what I mean? Or maybe even I'm just tasting. I don't need to eat the whole dish to know if the guy made it right or not.
But it looks so good, right?
It does. It does look good, but at the same time,
it smells good. It looks good.
Right, but I like putting on my pants from 1990, so I want to keep it that way.
Right. Soon you and I'm not wishing this on you, but when you get to be my age, those pants from 1990 will fall off you as you're walking. Like my wife's like, why you got your belt on so tight? Because are you sick?
Right.
It's like your pants start to fall off you.
That's right.
As an artist, though, because this is interesting to me, because at my age, I'm seeing a lot of people who were songwriters or creators their whole life, and they're not doing it as much. And it's like, what has the creative energy? You talk about coming up with a new dish. Do you slow down like with that, or do you still stay inspired to create new things as you get older?
I mean, for me, that's one of the main reasons why I continue to do this, is because I love going in and then just getting into the kitchen and being inspired by what's around me to make a special, to make a daily special, to make a soup, to make a dessert special, and kind of ad lib as I'm going through the idea of collecting ingredients. So I think as artists, that's the main thing, is like that's what inspires us, is being able to pull and then create something that's not like written down step by step by step, which a lot of the younger cooks can't do. They have to have everything written down like a stand. Yeah, so I think when you get to that level, that's where you have fun. when
but like writer's block. Do you ever get chef's block?
Only if you eat too much cheese.
I'm just stuck in a rut and I can't think creatively.
Yeah, no, it happens. You walk in, you said, "What am I going to make today for a special?" I've done everything I could possibly twist and contort and make it to something new, and you do get like that. But it's somehow you always come through. I mean, it always somehow comes together. So it's a nice thing.
Well, good
now,
for you.
I have a question about working in the kitchen. Now, obviously, cleanliness is and actually, my question is based on something that Ann just said out of California, Ann in Bakersfield.
So she doesn't know good pizza, is what you're saying?
No, but cleanliness is extremely important in the kitchen, and
right,
as well as personal hygiene. Now, but do you discourage people from wearing perfume and stuff in cologne in the kitchen because like I said, with me, I cook by smell. I don't taste anything when I'm cooking. I smell it, and when it smells right, I know it tastes right.
The same.
But I don't know everybody's method. So, do you discourage people from wearing colognes and perfumes in the kitchen?
I gotta tell you, it's a good question. When I was working on the cruise lines, they wouldn't want us to wear heavy smelling aftershaves and stuff like that while we were working, or spray yourself with cologne and all that kind of stuff. I think in the kitchen it's inappropriate. I think if you come out, you put a little something on, you go to work. Eventually, it dissipates. It kind of but it's those people that they smell like Chanel No. 5 all day. That you got to kind of say something to them, because it does interfere with the senses, the sensory perception of a dish. And a lot of times, I got to say though, you don't really meet a lot of people coming into a professional kitchen spraying themselves up like that. So I haven't come across a lot, but I have been told that to tone it down, or by the company, that we shouldn't be wearing a lot of cologne and things like that. I think yeah.
I'm going to when I taught my little boy to cook. He was 6 when I first started. He wanted me to teach him how to cook, and the first thing I taught him was how to put out a fire, and the second thing I taught him was first aid. I said, because accidents will happen, and I want you to be aware of it and don't panic. Know how to put out a fire, know how to mend cut, take care of a cut, and so forth. Once we get down to first aid and the emergency treatment stuff, then we'll start working with food. When you teach people to cook, or have you taught people to cook, what's the first lesson that you like to teach them?
The first thing I like to tell people, this is so basic, has to do with the hygiene, is go wash your hands.
Wow.
Oh, that's number 5 on my list. No, I'm just
you walk in and you go straight to the sink and we wash our hands, and then we even think about cooking, because the germs on our hands is what causes the bacteria, and it causes foodborne illness and stuff like that. And especially working for cruise lines and cruise ships, I mean, you had to wash your hands every single time you did something different. So washing hands, and then first aid is always important. I mean, it's a big stickler on the cruise in the cruise industry. Safety is number one. It even comes before even the cooking aspect, like you just said. So, and how to put out a fire appropriately, and what the procedures are on that. So
because grease fires.
So GD was blaming you for burning down Building 7 because.
Now hear me out. Because we didn't know much about your story, and so we figured when I say we, I mean me, that you were in Building 7, because people don't know what happened to Building 7. So many people don't know what happened in Building 7.
Right,
so
it just collapsed.
This is what happened in Building 7.
You left the gas.
You were there. You were in Building 7. You were cooking. You heard the confusion in Buildings 1 and 2, and you said, "I'm getting the hell out of here," and left the stove on. And that's what happened to Building 7.
It melted the whole damn building. Yeah. Right. I mean,
I only have two more things, and then we'll be respectful of your time and let you go. First of all, frankolania.com. The link is in the description. Go there. If you reach out to me, I will ask Lindsay to update us on the publication of the book. So if you want the book,
thank you.
but I'm sure people, there's somewhere on the site they can get on like a mailing list or something to keep.
Yeah, it's just a mailing list on my site.
Right. I noticed on your website there's an omelet. And this is a personal question for me because my wife has been making me eggs and she puts these gigantic cloves of garlic in it. I've never had eggs with garlic in it. Is that like a thing? Or is she onto something or did she just make that up?
I think she's just making it up. I mean, I wouldn't put garlic in my omelet unless I was making something like a southwestern omelet, and it would be a very little bit of garlic. It wouldn't be big chunks of cloves of garlic.
I think she's trying to manage his cholesterol with garlic. That's what I
think. Maybe she's trying to manage your cholesterol.
Like but
if you're going to do that, don't give him an omelet because the egg yolk has more cholesterol.
Right.
She's trying to counter the egg yolk with garlic.
Listen, as an Italian guy, I love garlic. I grew up garlic. The smell of garlic was all over my neighborhood. Like
right, everywhere. So you're the same deal, right?
But eggs is the one place that was the one place garlic wasn't allowed.
Right, it's right. I mean, no, I wouldn't do it unless you have a cholesterol problem, like he was saying, and she's trying to help you.
Yeah. One last thing, which is a kind of another marketing tip for the book, and I don't know if you've done this or thinking about this, or even if it's even viable. But the idea of being a guest speaker at a culinary school. Listen, when people are they come to libraries about their books and all that kind of stuff. Musicians do like workshops and kind of things.
Right.
Being a guest speaker, like an area of BOCES where they're teaching high school kids to become chefs of the future. Is that a marketing thing that you've considered, like going out and giving talks to?
Absolutely. I would go back to the culinary schools that I attended. I went to the Hudson County Culinary Institute in Jersey City, New Jersey, which is right across from New York. I went to the Cordon Bleu in London. I would definitely go back there and do a book talk. And then I went to a school in Italy, Castiglione di Asti, where they make the Asti Spumante and all that stuff, that region of Italy. And I would definitely go back there. I mean, they're always willing to bring back successful students or alumni and stuff like that. So
very cool. Yeah. Well, good luck with the book, and thank you for being part of the program.
Don't I get a last question, Matt?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, I just want to know your favorite smell. Your favorite
say again, sorry.
What is your favorite
my favorite smell?
Keep it clean.
Well, okay, my favorite smell, keeping it clean, I think would be that Sunday gravy permeating through my house.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, there's nothing like waking up in an Italian house on Sunday morning. Oh my God!
It's like a homey type feel. Yeah,
that should be a vacation kind of getaway type of thing. Just go to an Italian mother's house on Sunday morning.
Right.
Yeah, maybe there's a market for that. Maybe I'll look into
lay on the couch and smell all those beautiful aromas. Right.
Right.
Yeah, get a nice candle scent like that.
Exactly.
I wish we had a cover of the book to show you, but keep in touch, folks. If you're interested in the book, we will let you know when it's published. And go to frankolania.com and get on any kind of mailing list there and follow for the book. So thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Scratch and Sniff Cookbook.
Appreciate your time, man. It was great, and thanks for coming back on.
Likewise. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Have a great day. Bye for now. I just cut him off right in the middle. Have a great.
Sorry, Franco. He does this to everybody.
I don't do it to everybody. There's been at least one person or two that I haven't.
Okay, he does this to almost everybody.
Almost everybody. That's fair. Garlic sandwiches, Sunshine saying that's a little rough. What would you slice the cloves nice and thin and then just put it between breads?
No, that's the bread. It's garlic bread. I don't know.
Yeah,
you put garlic cloves on garlic bread.
Good stuff there. Now, I don't know. Have you been to the website because the desserts look great?
But I went to the website last time, but not this time.
You're not a sugar head like me, so.
Well, I am, but I have to manage it because of my diabetes.
almond, the almond biscotti. Everything's almonds, like lots of almonds, and almonds will make you a sissy, man. I didn't know this until I was 66 years old.
Okay, but
That
when you're 65 or 66,
you're already a
your
sissy, man.
testosterone, yeah, your testosterone is already dropping. So adding almonds is not a great
But I
thing.
think it also boosts your estrogen, which is something you don't want. You don't want to ever do if you're a guy. It's not good for but the converse of that, if you're a woman, you want to really chomp down on those
But it may
almonds
not have the
because
same effect on
estrogen is,
women.
huh?
It may not have the same effect on women.
No, it does boost your estrogen, definitely.
Well,
Well,
even
I'm
in
saying
women?
that. Hold on. I'm saying this like I know for a fact, according to the YouTube video of a nutritionist that I watched. Uh, so yeah, that's not definitely. That's probably
I
maybe.
don't think we don't know it's true until we hear it from Mr. Beaverman.
Mr. Beeman had something about fried about chicken. I think he was talking about you when he said
He
that.
was talking about,
Well,
yeah, he did. And that's because,
is that a
okay,
racist comment?
I don't know that it wasn't when I made it, but
Oh,
I can explain it.
oh.
I worked in a dinner. I worked at a dinner theater, and we cooked for like 300 people per show.
Right.
And
Wait, you cooked? When you said I worked in a dinner theater, I was assuming like me going with
I
the
was
Tony.
no, I was a cook. I was one of the sous chefs, so to speak.
I would leave
Um,
that restaurant immediately.
So, but everything, of course, everything's like a dollar point. Each meal, it's not just it has to taste good; it has to come under a certain dollar amount. So there was a lot of chicken. Like the fish would have been haddock or orange roughy, maybe. There would have been ham, turkey, stuff like that, but no steak because that's too high of a price point. And so, with the meats that are available at that price point, be chicken, seafood, ham, and turkey. uh Chicken was, I guess, the more pleasurable for me.
All right, my wife won't ever eat chicken again, which is you know, it took me if I'm honest here, it took me 5 years of not having pigs anymore to eat my first bacon and lettuce and tomato sandwich. While I had pigs, I couldn't eat pork, I couldn't eat bacon, I couldn't eat ham, any of that stuff. But after a period of time, it wears off, and then you got to say, "Yeah, I love nothing. Nothing is as good as
I
it
know
was."
people who raised pigs, named pigs, killed them, and ate them. And to me,
Wow. Yeah, I do
that's
too.
like, yeah, that's to me, that's like a cold. There's like something inside of you that's dark and
Look,
cold, where you can
but
raise
the thing
something,
is,
name it.
you say pig, and it's like Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. A pig arrives. So whatever happened there.
See,
Ron Kane is
there's a
back with
history. There's a history. Ron shows up. No, uh, Franco shows up when Ron leaves. Ron shows up when Franco leaves.
Are
There's
you
a
saying
history there.
they're actually the same person as Janet Michael? Is that what you're saying?
No, you're thinking Latoya and Michael.
Oh, Latoya, Mike. Is Latoya still alive, or did she die when Michael died?
See, that's just it. Or maybe Michael died so that Latoya could live.
Right. On frankolania.com at the bottom, there's a newsletter sign up. Sign up for that. I'm doing it right now. Go ahead, just do it. Just do it right now, everybody. frankolania.com. Go to the bottom and sign up for the newsletter. Ron, did you catch any of that interview, or did you?
No, I was on a call.
You were on a call. That's a long call. That was an hour.
Well, I know it was a long
Was
one.
it
Trust
a
me.
976 blow me or something?
How much
Yeah, I
money
don't
did
think
you
those
make?
numbers are around anymore.
How much
I don't.
money did you make on that call, Ron? It's like $3 a minute.
Somebody, or one of these marketing entrepreneur guys that I get constantly like solicited for the latest way to make money online, managing OnlyFans pages for OnlyFans models. That's a cool gig. Like, what does that entail? Like, I'm going to go to your house and film you sucking cock.
Well, if anyone wants me to run their OnlyFans, please reach out to me.
Reach out. When he says reach out, he means reach around.
Except for GD. It's
It means
like,
reach around to me, not reach out to me.
because I would have an OnlyFan page. It would just be one person and be me. The
All
Reverend
right.
would be my OnlyFan.
Only fan.
Yeah, fan.
Only fan.
The Reverend.
All right. Cashews. I don't know about cashews, Russell. I don't think cashews will do anything. It's just almonds. Almonds have
Well,
something that.
yeah, cashews are related to poison ivy. They're not a true
Really?
nut. Yeah,
Is that true, or
cashews.
you just pulling
No,
legs again?
cashews are not a true nut. They are part of the poison ivy family. And if you
Wow.
are really sensitive to poison ivy, you should not eat raw cashews.
No wonder my tongue's been itching. I've been scratching my tongue like
Yeah.
crazy.
Well,
No,
if you roast a cashew, the oil because the same oil that's in the raw cashew is in poison ivy. So if you're allergic to poison ivy, if you're hyper allergic to poison ivy, you should not eat raw almonds. I mean raw cashews.
Okay, I love
When
cashews.
you cook it, when you roast it, it kind of gets
Please
rid of.
don't tell me. Please don't tell me anything bad about pistachio nuts, because it might
Oh,
be.
I can tell you bad stuff
What?
about the
What about?
price. The price is just
Oh, price
outrageous.
is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like
it's fucking
for a little
outrageous.
bag, $10 for a little bag of pistachio
Yeah.
nuts.
Now those in your neighborhood, are those shelled or unshelled?
With the shells, but it's about a little more than you would have got for 25 cents in the bar in the old days. You
Yeah,
get
yeah. You used to get like like a shitload. If you
yeah,
pulled a quarter in, you get like a shitload of pistachios.
yeah. The 9/11 stuff, he's got to get fucking sick of talking about it. But if you go to his website and you look in the videos, almost everybody all the news anchors want to talk about 9/11. I mean, if you have that in your background, it is a point of interest that everybody's going to want. Oh, you were there. I mean, what did you see?
Talk about it. I think you learn to talk about it and then learn to pivot it into the subject you want to talk about. It's kind of like a politician. When no matter what you ask a politician, they pivot it to their talking point. So you
Fucking
can say,
amazing.
what did you think of Trump's address to the generals? And you start off by saying, well, the generals are professional soldiers. They know what to do. They know what to listen to. They know illegal orders when they hear them. And about my bill about free sandwiches in schools, that kind of thing.
I saw a headline this morning, a video that I bookmarked for later. I haven't watched it yet, but it said Mike Johnson's Grinder account has been fully exposed. I know there was a thread about that, and the kid who did the TikTok video, it seemed like a grift because his first thing was he kind of blackmailed him, swear this woman in, and then he came back with another one. My lawyers say I'm in trouble, I can't do any of this, and I gave the stuff away, I don't have any of it anymore. And then yesterday he was saying it's up to the news networks, I'm scared for my life, whatever. But now apparently it's been released. Have you guys heard anything about that? About Mike Johnson's Grinder account? And
no.
You would think we would have heard about it, right?
Yeah, I've seen stories and rumblings about it, but I mean, we already know about him sharing his sites with his kids, so it wouldn't really be surprising. But I don't think he's gay. I just think he researches a lot of trans porn.
Yeah, but I think the point I don't think
the press can do it.
Let me
And
see
I don't think the press can do it until they get like 3 or 4 sources. And then they're probably not going to talk about it directly. They'll probably have somebody else come on to talk about it, and so that they're just commenting and they're not breaking the story. Maybe they're afraid of lawsuit.
4 videos that come on my page right now. Mike Johnson's Grinder account completely revealed the conversation with, and it says at I can't see the guy's name, Dean Blundwell, a guy who seems to know about it. Mike Grinder's account out there for all to see is another one. So Mike Johnson's Grinder account out there for all to see for everyone. So there's a bunch of people saying all the stuff. Redacted is saying it. So
but I don't think the networks are going to say it because for a couple of reasons. Again, one is that because the shutdown is going on, they want access to Mike Johnson and Thune and Jeffries, and if they release this thing or they start talking about Mike Johnson, he's going to clam up and he's not going to give them access to stories that they need access to. So I think they'll probably, if they do approach it, it'll be in the back doorway, no pun intended.
He didn't seem all that concerned about it. Like he didn't follow up on.
He still thinks he's holy now. He still thinks he's holier than thou. I mean, think about it. This man says he's a Christian, but he throws all the support behind Trump and repeats lies that Trump tells, and he says he's a Christian. So having a Grindr account is nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you think he's just going to call it fake news no matter what? If it's out
AI,
there,
fake news. It's his
I
son's
think
account.
someone would have literally come forward by now.
Well, that's the thing I can't
Oh, yeah.
understand about Lindsey Graham. Like, there are paid escorts out there who supposedly, if you believe this stuff about, there are people who know him. Why wouldn't they come out unless he can't afford to keep paying him in perpetuity all the time? And maybe he can. Maybe he's that rich, but I don't think so.
Well, non-disclosure agreements can go a long way.
Yeah.
No, nobody gives a fuck about non-disclosure agreements. People break them up every fucking day. Every single day. But
some people do and some people don't. Some people and some people actually actually believe in discretion. It's like part of their code or their honor. They're not going to break it,
yeah.
until they break up. Then it's like, oh, all bets are off, bitch. You broke up with me. I'm telling everybody your little kinky secrets.
I guess they would just rather leave it questionable because we all know they're obsessed with dicks.
Oh, well, who isn't? Right.
But those like MAGA ultra conservative guys, very obsessed with dick. Just like that Texas pastor who just got arrested for picking up a minor.
Now 6 months.
He got 10 years. Are you talking about the one from the mega church? Because he got sentenced.
Yeah, or sentenced or whatever.
He got 10 years, but he's only doing 6 months. That 6 months for diddling a kid just doesn't seem like it's definitely not a deterrent for anybody who is thinking of that. Sounds worth it now, right? To him,
But the only thing because this happened in the 1980s, I don't know what laws and stuff, what penalties they're allowed to. They like if it were today, if he did that, like let's say last week, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't just get just 6 months. I'm pretty sure he'd get the full 10 and have to do the full 10. Well, I'm saying pretty sure, but again, Epstein didn't. But today it's a different beast. There's a different focus on it.
Is he going to a real? Is he going to a real jail? Is he going
county
to a real
jail? County jail.
Yeah.
And he'll probably have work release.
I think the odds of him, because listen, pedos don't do well in jail, right? This is at least what common thought process on this is that the inmates don't treat pedos well.
They don't like short eyes, no.
Yeah, so I think the county jail is the least secure place to be. He's probably going to get raped, beat up pretty quick. Even 6 months is plenty of time to get raped and beat up.
I don't know how big their county jail is. It may just be like everybody gets their own cell, and they can only hold 5 people. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what their county jail looks like.
To me, I just think that 6 months. It's just hard to wrap your head around that. Getting off on 6 months. People get 6 months for like DWI or even lesser crimes.
Yeah.
Diddling a kid should be pretty high up there. It's like rape and murder. It should be.
Pretty close to death penalty as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, well, good thing you're not.
Well, that's what I'd say. Pretty close because sometimes, like if the one person is 16, the other one's 14, and they get sentenced 15, then it's like,
that line because there was a kid in Georgia who was 18. He had a 17-year-old girlfriend. He got 2 years in prison for that.
And it happened with a black kid and a black boy and a white girl, and the parents just had a fit because it was a black boy, and they pressed charges. And he had a scholarship that got ruined, a football scholarship that got ruined. It was just atrocious.
See, now that's hard to believe. That not the racial aspect of it, the football aspect of it. If he had a scholarship, that meant that somebody saw money in him.
Right, but because they got sex offender attached to him or rape charge.
I would have thought he would have got the people who were putting money behind him to get him into the pros or whatever, or had those ideas would have put up some money for a good lawyer. to get him out. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, he got I don't remember how the entire story ended because I remember. I'm trying to think. There was a congressman we had.
21st of September. I'm sorry.
There was a congressman we had, Elijah Cummings, and there was a movement long before he got involved.
Was he a porn star?
Yeah, he was. There was a good number of radio personalities. Even Al Sharpton was involved in the beginning of trying to get this guy cleared. Joe Madison was part of it.
That's me popping in.
And I remember this went on for like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. And then Elijah Cummings got involved.
Stop saying Cummings.
And so the Joe Madison began to sing Elijah Cummings' praises. And so
Cummings one more time, I'm going to score you.
So I told Joe Madison on the air that I said, I think you're being too easy on Elijah Cummings.
Now, don't be saying hard and Cummings in the same sentence.
Because
I think he's too hard.
Well, the congressman didn't get on board until it became popular to get on board. When the guy needed the support, the congressman was not there to support him. It wasn't.
Welcome to the Too Hard and Cummings morning show. Too Hard and Cummings.
Too Hard and Cummings in the morning.
I want to watch
that was pretty much when Joe Madison and I had our little falling out, and I lost grace with him.
I want to watch a video that I haven't watched yet, so beware. We could get in trouble for this. Where is it now? Here, I want to make it full screen. This is. Oh, I didn't add it. Come on, let me add it. What happened? I thought I added it. Where are you? Oh, it doesn't automatically come on the screen yet.
Food is the reaper. He wields a pen, the fun's and the brain. Here comes the reaper. Guns to your babies. Comes the reaper. Gonna tie your hands. Here comes the reaper. Won't be able to fly. Here comes the reaper. Baby and your
I'll probably get a copyright strike for this from Blue Oyster Cult for this, right? This is where we are, America. The president of the United States is doing AI videos of Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper, in which he portrays himself as the Reaper. Mike Judge, is that his name? He's a fucking prophetic guy. I mean, if this isn't idiocracy, I think in July, right? In July, we're going to have an MMA fight in the White House, right? And they're going to start in the Oval Office and kind of do like the. It's bizarre. It's a bizarre world. Like if you wrote this into a movie or a novel, and went back in time, just not that long ago. If you went back 10, 15 years ago and told people this is our reality, they'd be like, it's too far-fetched, dude.
Do you think people actually will reach a breaking point in this country?
I reached a breaking point years ago, but I can't believe that people haven't reached the breaking point. I mean, as a complete, every day I see 25th Amendment now are trending on Twitter. Like there's a segment of people who just like, how much more of this are we going to put up with?
It's just ridiculous because Republicans obviously do not want to lead, so fucking step aside.
Yeah, but when it becomes WrestleMania, when the United States government becomes WrestleMania, it's like, boy, Mike Judge was not far off in his prediction of, hey, he was just trying to be funny, but God, it's so accurate, the idiocracy that we live in. And there are people who fucking applauding this stuff, like they're really getting off on this. And that's what the people who don't understand why I cut them out of my life, that's why, because you're celebrating this shit. It's not the fact that you supported him and didn't see, even the farmers who are losing their business, who are still supporting him. It's like, how much? What does he have to destroy for you to kind of realize? Does he have to fucking come over and rape your kids? Is that what you need to see? I don't know.
Oh no, the kids are acceptable, but don't you touch their cows. What?
What he says. What?
Oh, hey, yeah, for all the MAGA guys out there that love to be on Grindr, the new Taylor Swift album is out, so you can hate yourself and fuck each other at the same time.
Taylor Swift obsession is beyond. Listen, I know it's because she's an anti-Trumper, but I mean, there's a lot of people they get upset like every football season now. It has to be about Taylor Swift because she's married to.
It's not even that. I mean, she's just a mega pop star. It would be like the same with Michael Jackson back in the day, where he was everywhere.
Aren't they making her more popular, more rich every time they do that? That's a question. I'm serious. I don't know the answer, but I know she was already a billionaire. Isn't she more of a? Is she?
I don't think any of that really helps. She's got her fan base. They're locked in. They don't give a shit. It's just pop culture at the moment.
Yeah. I think the bigger influence is on parents. Like the kids will start going like their kids grow up. The kids want to be Swifties, but they don't have their own money. So they're, Mom, Dad, can you get me, Taylor Swift tickets? And then the parents have to sometimes they go to the concerts with the kids, and all of a sudden they have this experience with their kid and Taylor Swift. And it's like now they're Swifties, even though in a million years they would never have listened to Taylor Swift, but now they got this bonding moment with their child. And it's probably the only bonding moment they have with their child. And it's only costing them $1,000 for the night. But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you go. No, you go.
I was going to say, and she really doesn't do anything political.
Right.
They always want her to, but she kind of just doesn't really get into the fray.
Yeah.
Until she did do one or two things, like with the crazy cat lady thing. When they was talking about the crazy cat lady, the single cat moms or something. She did post a picture with her and her cat, I think it was.
I'm unaware, but that's not surprising. I'm unaware of a lot. One thing, related note, because her ticket prices are very high, right? But Ticketron or whatever that new part of the
Ticketmaster and
that's it. That Ticketmaster. Those people are saying prices aren't high enough. There was a story that they were in front of Congress. They want to raise. There's room to raise prices more. Now her seats, I think the cheap seats start at like $1,000. It's something crazy like that. Like you can't go to a show unless if you're a kid. You have to be financed to go to a fucking concert. Like I remember my first shows, I could go with my lunch money. Instead of buying lunch in the cafeteria, I could just go for $1.35 or so, and you could get the cheap seat tickets. Now the cheap seats are that, and they want to make them higher, and nobody's arguing against that. It's like,
I mean, when I went to concerts, I used to be able to afford seats like in the first few rows, and that was just on my retail salary,
Yeah, that was the CEO of Live Nation that said that.
CEO of Live Nation.
The average ticket price is $75.
Oh, that's much cheaper than I thought it was. Actually, the average ticket price.
Average.
So that means there's some tickets that are like $3 because you have like Rolling Stones and people like that whose tickets start at $500 or $250.
But here's the other caveat: the average is $75, but they don't tell you does that include the fees or does not include the fees, and also it doesn't.
And also, it's the average when they're including complimentary tickets. The tickets that they give away.
Yeah, maybe that's
they add in the
zero. I'm thinking there's a lot that's got to be much lower than that for that to be average.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I went to the $3 thing, and then I just realized there's probably complimentary tickets that are priced out at $0, and they're adding that in.
Well, a friend of mine who went to go see 9 Inch Nails recently, about a month ago, because they're touring again. It was $300 a ticket.
Wow.
$300 a ticket. That's why I didn't go. They were so expensive. I'm like, well, fuck you. I'm not going to pay that much to see a band.
Yeah, I'm never going to go to a show where the ticket costs more than the weed I'm buying for the show.
All I know is that $300 a ticket, they better show me all 9 inches of their nails.
Yeah, and what really pisses me off is that they're blatantly a monopoly, and everyone's just like, we're not going to do anything because
Thank God they don't.
Ticketmaster and Live Nation are basically the same company. Then they own those the secondary market ticket sites.
Yeah, I was just gonna say something that probably doesn't make a lot of sense because I was gonna say, thank God they don't they don't have their claws in comedy at the comedy club level, but at the arena level, they definitely do. Like Sebastian Maniscalco tickets at Madison Square Garden are fucking way expensive.
And that's exactly why we'll never do Madison Square Garden.
Well, I didn't think you were going to do Madison Square Garden because I knew you had a thing with Nassau Coliseum or something, right?
I did, but I'm a very ethical person.
I think if Saudi Arabia loves comedy, they can't say they have a true comedy festival until they have an open mic.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about prices. I'm seeing comedy shows. People $10. The $10 thing to me, there's this mindset that you can price yourself too cheap that people think, well, it's not worth it.
Right.
And I'm seeing on my Facebook page almost every fucking poster. I would think you spent more on the fucking poster than the show's going to bring in, and they all say $10. Like, aren't you selling this? You got 5 comics on there, $10 at the door. Whatever. If you get 50 people, that's $500 between 10 people. Who's getting fucking a nickel on that? They're not.
Like, I see your point, but like when it comes to like when you're just bringing regional comics and you're doing a showcase, like $10 to $15, I think is a respectable amount to ask for because not all the comics are going to be very strong. Some are going to be stronger than others. It's not like when you go see a professional where the expectation is like he's going to be funny right out of the gate.
Yeah.
But you also see at the other end where these local comedy shows skyrocket their tickets where the prices are like $25 and $30, and you see the talent and you're like, that is not worth $25 or $30 fucking dollars.
Foxwood Casino up there in Connecticut. Well, these are not necessarily club shows, but still, I mean, tickets can be $400 for a comedian, and that to me is like, it's not like a concert, 90 minutes of stand-up, but $400 for one guy is a lot.
If I mean, like I said, there's some comedians I really do like, and I don't know how much money, like I don't know what we paid for Christopher Titus tickets, but afterwards he has greeting meets. You get to talk to people, and to me that's more worth it than especially if it's a good show and you get to talk and hang out with them afterwards. But $500 and then you don't get to talk to them or no meet and greets and they just gone. I'm sorry. No, it just doesn't work for me.
I was thinking Mohegan Sun, by the way, when I said that cabaret theater. They have arena shows and cabaret shows and different prices. The Wolf Den, Comic Roadhouse. Who's at the Comic Roadhouse? I shouldn't be doing this on Goat's Network here. But yeah, tickets for these shows, $75 is where it starts, but then there are some that go up to $400, $500 for people.
So I'm looking at Nate Bargatze tickets in the Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. The cheapest tickets I found is $69.
You know what? And that's plus the minimum, then you have to buy dinner and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, so probably with the fees and shit, you're probably looking, that ticket is probably $90 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So that's $180 for 2 people. Throw in a dinner. Let's call that $100. That's $280. Let's throw in some parking. Let's make that an easy. So $300.
Yeah, easy. That's an expensive date night, right?
Yeah. I don't even know how people really afford to take their kids to like Hershey Park anymore, because Hershey Park is like $90 some to get in the door now.
Yeah,
$90.
Don't get me started on my boomer days. Because I thought we used to go in. It was so cheap, and they gave you free chocolate.
Oh yeah. Like as a kid, I remember that.
In my day.
That's what I said. Don't get me started. That was because that was the park we used to go to on field trips in school.
Now they just don't even give a shit. They just throw all the candy in a bowl and leave it outside.
Right. Doesn't matter how old it is.
You pick up your Hershey bar, you just hear the liquid inside because
All right, let me see if who we got. If we have a show Monday, we have a show Monday. Do you know? We have a show.
Ah.
I don't know. Is there anybody scheduled for Monday? Ivy Supersonic is scheduled for Monday morning. Ivy Supersonic. I don't know what they are. A musician.
One of my favorites. Matter of fact, that they've reached out because of me.
Really?
No, I'm just fucking with you. I have no idea who they are.
Fucking yanking my dick, you dick yanking dick coming. What hard? Too hard.
Elijah coming.
So Nate's performing in Chicago, and the nosebleed seats, the nosebleed section is $153 a ticket.
Nosebleed. Wow. Yeah. And then you watch it on a television because you're so far away. So you might as well stay home and wait for it to come on Netflix anyway and watch it on fucking television. If you're going to watch it you pay to go into a place where you watch it on big screen television where you can't even really read the captions.
I would say, hey, if you're a couple, take that money, get yourself a nice hotel room for the night, and buy yourself a prostitute, man or woman, whatever you're into, and everyone will have a good time.
Whatever you're into.
Yeah, whatever you're into.
I like that disclaimer. Oh, not disclaimer. Oh, I don't know whatever you're into.
We offer options on this program, everybody.
A menu. We need a menu. Do you want the Elijah Cummings or another Cummings? All right, that's just terrible. I should just end this. Just end it all, right? Is that?
If you want to sit close to the stage, $271 a ticket.
271. Where do they come up with the one?
Well, hey, it's 271.20.
No, where did they come up with the 20?
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking it's because of by the time they add the fees, it comes out to a nice round number. Between fees and
taxes,
that's tax included, because I was thinking tax goes on top of that, right?
Yep. And how much you want to bet? It probably, let's just say the price with the fees would be like $275. It'll come in at $274.50 or something like that. So you go, oh, I didn't spend that much.
Yeah, they'll make it end with a 50 or a 95.
See, we're yucking it up here a little bit, but I'm wondering. But I don't give a fuck about all these fucking stars making money. But for people like us who perform out there, when this recession hits, and it is hitting a little bit, and make no mistake about it, prices are up everywhere on everything except mortgage rates right now. The interest rates on mortgages. Everything else in the economy is gas is going up, power, electric's going up, food is going up, everything's going up. Will it affect the people coming to shows where they just don't have the money to spend on going out for entertainment anymore? I think the answer probably, my mom would, if she were alive, she'd say no. When in times of financial distress, because she grew up during the Great Depression, when people really went out to entertainment a lot because they needed that release. But like above food, I mean, there comes a point where, do I go to a comedy show or do I eat today?
Well, yeah, you're right. And in the world of comedy, I just want to offer this quick tip in the world of comedy, for the past probably like 6 months to a year, a lot of comics have been talking they can't sell out shows like they used to.
Yeah.
Because people aren't coming. And that's at the club level.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow night, Tony Walker and Friends over at Gov's, the Giggle Room. Tony Walker and Friends. Go see that show. $10. Can't go wrong there. $10 for the Giggle Room. Not bad. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. I'm gonna you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to turn on my radio and say thanks for coming. Have a great day. Bye for now.
listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me.